Are we ready? I think we're ready. Or I'm ready. Since there's no one watching. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Everybody's busy, I guess. Is everybody busy today? Finally, 24-hour stream. No, Caleb. Not a 24-hour stream. No. No. Hell no. Welcome, Caleb. Oh, there's a couple people in here. Okay, okay. For a second there, I was like, I don't remember the last time I looked up and saw zero on the list or on the viewer count there. But welcome. If you're here, welcome to Order 42. We're doing the thing. We are doing the thing. That's interesting. Got a little oh, this is what's on your iPhone. Hmm. Anyway, how's it going? You guys been having a oh, I forgot to load something. But don't no worries. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Because as I told you, 2023 is the year of the healthy train. And yeah, um that's been a thing. I've been sore all week. You got the book, the Hobbit's book, The Precious. I did. I did. I'm going to show it off here in a bit. But yeah, so the thing is, let me just see if I can do this real quick. Let me see if I can show this. Okay, yeah. It works. It works. Okay. Never mind. Never mind, it works. Good. That's a video from this morning. But yeah, so I started um and I'm not I don't know if this is interesting to anyone else, but it's interesting to me because wow. So I started 2021 off at 195.2 pounds. And that is officially the heaviest I've been since like 2014. Just I've gained too much weight. I've gained too much weight. And it's really only been like the last 2 months, and it's I think it happened around Thanksgiving, and then it just snowballed from there. And Christmas time was nuts. The New Year's, we had people over for New Year's, family over from New Year's, and went nuts then. In fact, I was I felt bad. So anyway, I told you that. I told you that yes, this was going to be healthy train, healthy train time. So this in 1 week from the 195.2 down to this was first thing this morning 190.4. So in 1 week of eating right, just 1 week, I lost almost 5 pounds, which I've been through this. I've done weight loss stuff. I know that is the first couple of weeks are usually your best weeks. Then it'll start, maybe a pound, 2 pounds or something like that. I haven't even been doing anything that crazy. I've just literally not been eating all the time, or snacking, more like not eating, like full meals or whatever, but just eating less and trying to get up and move around. And my legs are very sore, very sore. But when Ninjinzu, welcome, welcome. So look, hey, 90.4, but what, 4.8 pounds in the first week. It's pretty good. Here's the thing. You say you stand on the scale, but it would just say get off. I after all of my surgeries and stuff, I would usually just hover right in the 180s, the mid 180s. And it didn't matter what I ate or whatever, but like I said, for whatever reason, November and December were like nuts, and I was just eating a lot. So, there you go. Best armor in all of Star Wars. I like the Hoth AT-AT driver's the best. Love that armor. Yeah, I always thought, for the longest time, I thought that the biker scouts were my favorite. But honestly, my favorite in all of Star Wars. I have to get up for this. That that is my favorite armor in all of Star Wars. The 501st clones. That's just, come on. I mean, come on. That's awesome. And this is cool stand thing. But yeah, almost smacked myself in the face. Be like Bucho smack. But yeah, yeah, I think that's my favorite because I really like the blue accents. So there you go. That's that booty. Welcome. We got Ricky, we got Phil. Welcome in, guys. Good to see you. Good to see you. What is that even from? I feel like it's Harrison Ford. I don't know. Happy New Year, Phil. My head. What's wrong with my head? Is my head messed up? My head too big? And yes, I'm wearing a Nirvana shirt. I know there's been a lot of get out of here. Get out of here with that crap. Okay, yeah. Get out of here. Thank you. Does it smell like Teen Spirit? No. Sai, good to see you. It's from your head. What? You're talking about the good to see you? I can't remember. I can't do anything on this profile. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. I mean, Kalen was sleeping a little bit there, but that's okay. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm a little confused about the head. About the head. Yeah. I'm looking. I don't get it. I don't get it. So you said you like Obi's clones as well. Cody's armor was awesome. Yeah, I like the extra. It's almost like a mixture of the original Stormtrooper and the Biker Scout, which I always liked the Biker Scout for the longest time. I just thought that was a cool thing. Moving on. Okay. It didn't show up on yours? Well, that's no big deal. I got it. Maybe it's because I caught it. I don't know. I just beat The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 for PS5. It is the only video game series where the violence was so graphic that I hesitated to pull the trigger on the haptic feedback. I mean, from what I've seen, yes. Yeah. I get that for sure. Those are some, again, watching the playthrough. Remember, I think I told this story that the first Last of Us game came out when I was sick. So I couldn't really play video games. I that's when I found people like, let's play kind of channels. And I found Jacksepticeye and watched his Last of Us playthrough, and really kind of like watching that made me like him, and I've been a fan ever since. But anyway, yeah, just watching that, I was like, okay, this is not, I mean, it's got the same, almost like the same style as Uncharted, but it's way more graphic and depressing. The story is just so depressing that it was like, I enjoyed watching it. Don't know if I'd enjoy playing it. Same reason why I'm not I've only played like through the first Gears of War, I think. But you said, what are you doing diet wise? Here's the weird thing. I'm not really changing much. The only thing I'm doing is I'm limiting my snacks. And by snacks, I mean like, a cup of applesauce or a granola bar or something. But I'm only allowed one of those a day. That's my new rule. One snack a day. And then I try to eat a more sensible dinner. Because what's I guess what it is I'm still going off of the mentality of what they taught me after I got out of the hospital, where I'm supposed to stay around 1,800 to 2,000 calories, but try not to go over that. So what I've been doing is trying to stay under 1,800, and then again, one snack a day. And it's one of those weird things where for me it's just getting up and doing stuff. I feel better. I feel great. I like, like there would be some days when I'd wake up and I'd like have a headache or whatever. No, I'm feeling really, really good. Now my legs and butt are sore because I've been doing a lot of squats. Uh, because if it's weird. It's like I've got some flab, but most of it is in my my lower half. I guess I got that from my mom. She was, I guess, pear shaped. I don't know, but I've got some big fatty legs, so I've been really trying to work those out. But yeah, and then uh, once I can get over the soreness, I figure I can start really doing the UFC fit stuff. So to give you an example of what I've been eating a sandwich for lunch with some chips, um, probably around 750 on the calorie scale, 750 to 800, something like that. And then for dinner, like this today, I had one a little nothing again, nothing like I'm not doing without. I'm just not snacking all day, which that was the big thing. But one of those little pizzas, and then another bowl of chips. I'll tell you this: my diet is not a diet like in the normal sense because I have to eat because of my I don't have a large intestine. So I have to eat a little differently. I have to eat uh well, I try not to eat as often, but I try to eat smaller portions. That's really what it's come down to. So, uh I hope that I have tiny intestines. Yes. I think I have 4 inches left of my large intestine and then my small intestine. That's it. So basically what that means is I go to the bathroom a lot and I have to really plan if I'm going to go do something, I have to plan. I have to plan my when I eat because I know that there will be a certain period of time where the clock's ticking. I'm about to have to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing, but it's made me more aware of the food is fuel kind of thing. But like I said, the last 2 months of the year went just went nuts. By the way, watch the menu off your review. Excellent little movie. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I enjoyed it. I think that it went a little off the rails in that last third in the third act, but I still enjoyed it. Yeah. Was there ever a video game so violent that you couldn't finish it? No, but I did tell the story about was it Modern Warfare 2 with the airport where you're basically undercover in a group of terrorists and they start like shooting people in the airport and it was like it just turned me off the game. I'm like I don't want to play this, you know? And it wasn't that it was like super graphic or anything like that. It was just like this is crossing that line to where I don't know. I've lost like this. The games are supposed to be fun. I mean, I know there's some certain games that are that are not like that, but yeah, it just turned me off. So yeah, I've looked away. Have looked away from the new Mortal Kombat fatalities. Some of them are brutal. They really are. And I've never been a big Mortal Kombat fan in the first place, but I was watching because I follow different people on Twitch. And when the last one came out, one of the my followed streamers were playing it. Anthony Kongpan, I'm not sure if it's Kong Pan or Kong Fan, but anyway, he's on Twitch and he's hilarious. That guy, he's one of my favorites. That guy is just he's really really funny. Anyway, he was playing it and it was just like I mean I get it. It's sort of like a horror movie where every single time you've got to try to outdo yourself, but I don't know. It's kind of like whoa. Ooh, gosh, I can't talk. I eat only fruit and whole cuts of meat, and I lost 60 pounds in 1 year. My sleep apnea was cured overnight, no pun intended. That's one of those things too. I've noticed Mora. Welcome, Mora 503. That's that's it's good to see you. I don't think I've seen you in here. Welcome. Uh, you wouldn't be. I can't see your thing. There's actually an artist on Twitter that I follow, Dan Mora. It's the first thing I thought of when I saw your name there. That guy. That guy is an amazing artist, comic artist. Amazing stuff. But anyway, yeah, I noticed that at a certain point I stopped snoring. Dan Schoening. Okay. Um. Hmm. And apparently Twitter updated and it's got a For You section and I don't like it. Don't like it. He streams only in October. Yeah, this is the guy that I'm talking about. Like this was a TMNT and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't know if hopefully that yeah, there you go. You can see it. Awesome. Just awesome. The guy is super super talented. Love this guy. And his like he did this didn't have much free time, but I made this to wish you all a Merry Christmas. This is what he did. I thought it was just kind of neat. It's kind of a neat photo or neat drawing. I don't know. I like the guy's style. But there you go. Agree with your comment on the menu. Stupid in the final 25 minutes. And yeah, the dreaded spare tire. Yeah, I mean, really, the thing is I realized that at a certain point, like you said about the sleep apnea, I was just snoring a lot. And I noticed that at a certain point, I'd stop snoring, which was kind of cool. And then there were a lot of things that I noticed. But then all the UFC Fit stuff, and again, I don't even know, I don't think that's even available anymore. But it was something that I decided to try and was like, you know, that's good stuff. This is really good stuff. I'm losing a lot of weight. Lost the weight too fast. But that's when I'm gonna ease back into that. And hopefully it'll keep me, you know, trimming down and just being healthier. You know? You know. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be a little more active. So try to be nice in real life, so video games I want to be the bad guy. Yeah, no, I mean I get that. But like the Grand Theft Auto games, I've just never been interested in playing those. They're just not for me. That's why I like being like Link. You know, I want to be the good guy. Fallout 3, I usually do a bit of bad and good karma wise. I like playing as Spawn in the new Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Spawn is man, his design in that game is really, really cool. Post-it note giveaways. I'm a union schlock. James Cameron says Avatar 2 made enough money to go along with 3 more sequels. This is Lord of the Rings all over. You know, I was actually going to talk about that, but we might as well talk about that now since you brought it up. I thought it was kind of interesting. Yeah, you can see Avatar The Way of Water is number 7 in less than a month. of being released. It is now number 7. So if you look at that, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 comic book movies, 3 Avengers movies, and a Spider-Man movie. You've got a Star Wars, a Jurassic World, a Lion King, and 3 James Cameron movies. That's crazy. It's crazy stuff. He's at one. It's at 1.7. This is updated. 1.73 million or billion dollars. I'm sorry. That's crazy. It's just wow. Now, I think what's really interesting though, if you look at it, look at this. Look at this number. So most of the money is coming from the worldwide. Only 30.1% is domestic. But look at here, Avengers. Look at this. These numbers are kind of nuts. How some of them they don't do as well. I mean, they still do well. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of money. But they don't do as well in, domestically than they do worldwide. That a lot of the money comes from worldwide. I just think that stuff's interesting. But yeah, they were probably ready to go with those last 2 sequels, because apparently they've already shot some of 4 and 5. And that Avatar 3 is done. It's just all post-production at this point, and it'll come out next Christmas, so in 2024, which is really weird to think that 2024 is next year. But anyway, yeah, so this basically greenlights the rest of Avatar 4 and 5. I mean, I can't believe that crap Jurassic World made over $1 billion. Unreal. Well, I think the marketing for that movie was fantastic. It made you want to go see it. I really wanted to go see it, and I just didn't. And then I ended up watching it at home and was like, wow, what a piece of crap that is. You're entering the UFC, Rob. Good luck with your fights. I will support you. No. See, here's the weird thing. When I was really getting into the UFC fit stuff, because it's basically like 80, maybe 9, well, it's probably 80% plyometrics, which I really like because I was able to work out no matter where I was. I was, at the time I was working for that fruit company. Anyway, when I was working for them doing marketing, I would have to travel. And so I would have to do overnights or sometimes 2 or 3 days out, doing these store visits. And so I didn't want to quit working out. So I would get done with my day and then go into the workout room and with my laptop and do my, I'd have the screen on there because I ripped them all, put them on my computer. And there we go. I would just sit there in the thing and work out. And it was one of those things where I lost so much weight so fast. It was ridiculous. I mean, that was, I was 250 pounds, which is the heaviest I'd ever been at 5'9". Yeah, it's pretty heavy. 250 pounds in October of 2013. And then by March 2014, which is what, 5 months, I'd lost 65 pounds, which is part of the reason why all of this stuff that happened to me with all the surgeries and all that stuff, why that happened. But I was feeling like insanely good. Like I was in such good shape. My balance was like ridiculous. I could do handstands. Never was able to do that my whole life. I was in literally the best shape of my life. I was doing these things where, I can't remember what they're called, but it's a wrestling move where you're squatted down like you're about to, you know what I mean? You see the squats that they do before a match, and they're kind of squatted down, and you put your hands down and then you kick your feet up. And I could kick like this far above my head. I was kicking like crazy. And I was thinking, okay, next step, I want to take some Taekwondo and I want to take some jujitsu and I want to see if I can find, I think well, at the time, I was looking into some Wing Chun, which is basically the beginnings of how Bruce Lee got started. He started with Wing Chun, and then, of course, over time, learned a bunch of different techniques, and then compiled all of that into what became Jeet Kune Do, right? But I'd say Wing Chun is like a solid foundation. So I wanted to learn some Wing Chun stuff, and it was around that time I was thinking, man, if I get better, if I get better, I'm gonna want to fight. I'm gonna want to, I'll do it. I'll do an amateur fight. I was like excited about it. 37 years old, best shape of my life, and I was thinking, why not? Why not do it? You know, because I was feeling strong, and I don't know. I don't know what would happen. And then and then my intestines blew up. So yeah, so basically I couldn't do that. And it destroyed the plan that I had. You know what I mean? But anyway, so yeah, I will say that the UFC Fit stuff was really, really, really good for me. And because of that, it also taught me, it got me really more interested in martial arts and the kind of the philosophies of martial arts. Reading some Bruce Lee and watching a bunch of, you know, videos and stuff. And it just got me really into that, which also, it's such a weird thing. If I hadn't lost all that weight, I probably would have never gone to the hospital, because it's because of the extreme weight loss so fast. That's part of what did it. But then the other thing is, if I hadn't gone through that mentally, I wouldn't have survived it. So it's such a weird thing. But anyway, I love the UFC Fit stuff, and I'm interested to see how it's gonna go this time. It's not easy. Like, I'll tell you this: when I first started, of course, I was 250 pounds. It took me like 3 weeks to even finish the first video. I decided there's no reason for me to go on to the next day's workout if I can't even finish the first one, because it felt like cheating. So I said, I'm not starting the week until on a Monday I can finish that first workout. And it took me like 3 weeks to finish a workout. But then it was like, I mean, I don't know, man. It was awesome. It was awesome. For the first time in my life, I felt really strong, and it gave me a confidence that I never really had. And it was really sweet. And also, it didn't hurt that all of a sudden I was getting smiles from women, girls, not girls, but, you know, women. And I was like, hey, this is kind of cool, you know? This is like, I'm actually getting some attention here. This is kind of neat. And what was weird is I also found that this is going to sound really strange and one of those weird whatever, but I actually noticed that men were nicer to me too. Like, I don't know what it was. It wasn't just, you know, women were like giving me attention or whatever, but it was a strange thing. But anyway, Carbonite, what's going on? Sorry, I was yapping. You know how I do. I can't believe that crap Jurassic World made over $1 billion. I know, it's nuts. It's just nuts. I used to teach Les Mills Body Combat, which is martial arts moves to music, probably similar to your UFC workout. Class goes for 45 minutes. Yeah, what's weird is some of them are like at the beginning, they're a little longer. And then as you get more advanced into the later, because it's only supposed to be a 12-week thing. But once you get into the I guess the last quarter of it, it gets intense. And the workouts are only like 25 minutes. But you're like, I mean, you're working every muscle group, and you're doing things that, I mean, like I said, I never expected to be able to do. But then each day it's working out a different group. So it's almost like, I really like the I think I have the book by Mike Dolce, the guy. I have it in here somewhere. But it was basically, the thing about UFC Fit is it doesn't, your it's almost like your body gets used to a certain workout, and it's almost like you have to work out harder for those things to work. So changing up the workout every single day, it means your body's in a constant state of, okay, I don't know what we're doing, so we're just gonna work hard, and it's supposed to be a more effective workout because you're constantly changing things up, if that makes sense. Anyway, I would highly recommend it, except, you know, my biggest issue is I was also on top of the USC Fit. I was doing Weight Watchers, and I was consistently not meeting my points. So I was actually underfeeding myself, which is not good. Um, but yeah, I mean, there would be days where I would feel completely, my whole body would feel completely noodly. You know what I mean? And it's a weird feeling. But then once you rest, you're like, I feel awesome. So I don't know, man. I'm anxious to feel that way again. Just to feel stronger again. When you were in good shape, did you think about joining the army? Not at 37. No. No. I was never one of those people. I was never in shape. My whole life, I was never really in shape. I would hover around the 200s to 220s, you know. That's about what I weighed, and then it got really bad. Like I said, by 2013, I was 250 pounds and was into martial arts and all that kind of stuff. Watching it, like UFC and Bellator, and I guess at the time it was Strike Force and the WEC and all that stuff. And I just thought, what am I waiting for? I feel like I'm waiting for something. What am I waiting for? And then started doing it, and then got really irritated at myself that I didn't do it sooner. That I could have been in really, really good shape like my whole life, and I just didn't do it. So it's a weird thing. And Nightbot. Yes, Nightbot's here. I did a year Wing Chun, crap in street fights, but good to add to your repertoire. Yeah, and the thing is I just, again, it's the theory. The theory of it was really, really cool, and I really enjoyed it. And I knew that I figured the way that I was looking at it is Wing Chun would be all of the very, very close contact type stuff. My Taekwondo, if I could get some Taekwondo down, get some range, and then if I could learn some jujitsu, then I can do that. Of course, I couldn't really be a complete fighter because I never took wrestling or anything like that. Wrestling teaches you, I think most people will agree, if you're into mixed martial arts in any form, that wrestling is probably the best, what do you call it? The best foundation. Like if you can start as a wrestler and then move on to some of those other things, the wrestling gives you a good base with which to do things. But I'm not gonna go fighting now. Too old. I'm almost 47 now, so always be together in Carbonite Dreams. Anxious to get off work. Got an Xbox 360 Skylander Special Edition console I want to try out. All right. I wanted to join the army, then found out about my heart problems and realized I can't even be drafted now. Yeah. Originally I was thinking about going into the Air Force because I wanted to fly. But that kind of went south when I realized that my right eye is way worse than my left eye. So I knew I couldn't fly. So that's when I got into like really focusing hard on the aerospace engineering, and then all that went out the window when I graduated. AI artwork is insane. Search James Cameron's lost film Europa in YouTube search bar. These days, Rob, just go to an MMA gym. They have everything. Oh, I know. But here's the thing. And this is, again, don't want to get too personal with you, but my body isn't like other people's now. My biggest thing is, there is a huge starting, you can't really see it. But starting right here, there is a huge scar all the way down. It's not exactly the kind of thing that like it looks weird, man. It looks really really weird. And especially since I have a little gut, but there's like this huge like basically gash in the middle of my stomach. Not exactly the kind of thing that I'll just say I'm just not comfortable. I'm just not comfortable doing that. Not yet. Maybe eventually, but it's a battle scar. Oh, you know it. It was a battle. But wow. Yeah, I mean, I can do that, but at this point, it's more about just getting in shape. And I think that the philosophies and all that kind of stuff, um, I don't have to go to a gym for that. If I can look, let's just see what happens. Because if I start doing the UFC fit stuff and I'm like all in shape and stuff, I'm not gonna care. Scars are badass. Yeah, this one is nuts. I've actually thought about showing it on stream or on a YouTube video, but it is seriously disturbing. Like it's disturbing. And for a long time, I would wake up and thinking that I'm whole. You know what I mean? And then like every day remembering what I went through. I mean, it's here. I'll just show you this. This is not bad. But you can see like this is the side of my stomach, right? Look at this. It goes in all the way down. It's like I said, it's not bad. There's nothing graphic here. It's just it's hard to describe. It's nuts. It's very very nuts. And again, uh sorry Phil, I'm done. I'm done. But what I'm wondering is once I get back into shape and my stomach is more flat again, what is it going to look like? Cuz it's probably still going to go in some, you know what I mean? But I've got a lot of flab to get rid of, you know what I mean, before I get there. So, uh my uncle has a big one going down his chest when they had to open him up and take out the screwdriver next to his heart. Whoa, that's nuts. Yeah, I mean, again, I there's a lot of pride that comes with that. With surviving when I survived. I mean, they were telling me they're like there's a lot of people that wouldn't even get out of that bed. And yet you're up doing laps in the with the IV, what do you call that? Stand? I don't know. With the wheels at the bottom. They're like, "Yeah, you really need to get up and walk." And I'm like, "Okay, how long?" Uh Screwdriver landed on the fan of a vehicle and hit it into him. Wow. That's nuts. That's nuts. That's nuts. But yeah, they were telling me um and the weird thing is like when you go through something like that, they say a lot of people just give up and they kind of atrophy away to nothing and they end up dying because they can't handle the fact that their life has changed so completely. And I said, well, what's weird for me is my life has already changed completely. You know, I went from being a big, I'm just say it, big fat guy down to a guy that was like in really, really good shape. This is just another challenge. And I didn't see it as a way. I never saw it any other way, but there's no way out. This is, I need to get back to work. That was in my head. I need to get back to work. So I didn't see it as a choice. So I just got up and started doing the thing. And they're like, you're moving really fast for somebody who has, been through what you've been through. I went through 3 surgeries in 21 days. 3 surgeries. And the last one was like a 12-hour surgery. It was bad. It was bad. Really bad. And I had, at the time, I had the colostomy bag, and they were like, "There's a lot of people that would have just given up," and they were like, "I can't believe you're going back to work." Like it happened at the end of March, and I was back at work at the end of June. So there you go. But it's not. It really all the stuff that I learned from all the MMA stuff, Bruce Lee philosophy and stuff like that. You know, the books I read. Um, it was like it's such a weird thing looking back on now because it was almost like mental training for what I was about to go through, which is such a strange thing, but that's what happened. Uh, that sounds scary. Oh yeah, the screwdriver. Heck yeah. How do you pay for all those medical bills? Very carefully. I will just say that I'm very thankful that my wife's medical through her job was fantastic. Oh, Phil, it was more than that. It was more than that. And think of this. Um, that's only the first wave. I've had 7 surgeries. I had 7 surgeries on my abdomen. The last one was in January of 2017. Um, so yeah, it seriously was like, holy crap. And it was a lot of money. But also to keep in mind this is another weird thing, right? Because I was on uh you can still see the scar from the PICC line. That's what it's called, right? The PICC line. Basically a permanent IV for over a year. And I got most like 95% of my nutrition through IV. So I wasn't eating. So we saved a lot of money with food and stuff. And because my wife was working from home almost exclusively, we saved a lot of money on gas. So it's a weird thing. It's a weird how it worked out. We actually ended up saving a lot of money. But our insurance was really, really good. Thankfully. Thankfully that our yeah. Wish I was 250. Hadn't been that since middle school. Wow, Carbonite, really? Yeah, I mean, for me, it was just, I don't know. It just, something clicked in my head. And I just said, screw it. I'm doing it. I'm doing this and nothing's stopping me. And the Weight Watchers was like, I can still eat this crazy stuff that I mean, I was eating some, I mean, not huge amounts of it, but I was eating Jack in the Box and Chick-fil-A and all these places. And I was drinking for breakfast every morning. I drink a protein drink, like a shake. It was like, dude, this feels like all this stuff is really good. Like I didn't feel like I was losing out at all. But the difference was I was working out really, really hard. So I got to drop some weight. I'm working on it. Got to cut back on big meals. Yeah, I mean, it's weird how if you can make one change at a time, uh, I mean, I don't know, man. It's everybody is so different. Everybody's body type is different. Everybody's body responds to different things. Like the number one thing for me was I found something that I enjoyed doing with exercise. I don't like running. I don't like doing jumping jacks and push-ups and sit-ups and all that kind of stuff. But when you start throwing kicks into it and punches into it and then doing this stuff where you're doing the burpees, right? And you're doing the jumping, but then you add in wrestling moves where you're it's awesome. It's awesome stuff. And it really clicked with me and it made me want to do it. And I think that's the key is finding that whatever exercise that is, whatever active thing that is, that you enjoy doing so much that it's not, I mean, yeah, it's hard, especially at the beginning, but then you come to love it. You come to look forward to doing it. I think that's number one. And then of course, if you can cut back on the meals as well, cool. But I think that's for me was the number one thing, was finding that that first step that made me go, I want to do that. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to kick and punch and all that kind of stuff. And what's funny, it's get better every day. That's really the thing that I took from it, was that when I first started kicking, I was only be able to kick like waist high. That's as high as I could get my leg. And over time, you just every day you get a little bit better. Every day, until, like I said, I was kicking way up here. My flexibility was nuts. I was doing handstands and all this crazy stuff. And I'm not one of those jock kind of people, I don't think that way. But it was awesome. So if you can find that first thing. And then on top of that, I found a lot of things food-wise that I didn't realize I enjoyed as much. I'll tell you the thing that and Ben Hansen, welcome everybody. That's Bucho. Welcome, sir. But what's weird too is that I got into making salads, and the weird thing is it's like, this not my typical thing. But what I found was, and I need to make this again. The problem is I don't know how it would work with my current digestive situation. Haven't had a big salad in a while. But grilled chicken with like southwestern spice on it, cut into strips. A big, like 2 big handfuls of like spring mix in a bowl. Chicken on top. I got these tortilla strips. Go on top. A little bit of cheese and fat-free Catalina dressing. Awesome. Like, seriously, awesome. Like, I could eat, like, I was eating huge bowls of it, but it was super, super low calorie. And then afterward, I'd be full. I'd be like, wow, I'm full. But it was like super, super low calorie. It was awesome. So if you can find that kind of entryway, and I also love vegetables, like grilled vegetables of any kind, BPO 59, good old Ricky. You do what you need to do, sir. You do what you need to do. Let's see. Medical bills in America are absolutely insane. Dentist bills too. Yes. Good luck getting one in the UK that isn't private and expensive. Wow. I haven't been in a couple years when I kept messing up and I was basically spending hundreds of dollars for reworks. Ooh. Wrestling moves like the Rock Bottom or John Cena's Foo or Undertaker's Tombstone. Chris Hansen's brother is here. Why don't you take a seat, Rob? No. That is the Bucho, and he's now and Sucky. What's going on? Was that you who used to teach Les Mills? Have you lived in New Zealand? But speaking of that, while you're waiting for an answer on that, I wanted to show you. You guys remember this? I've been on the hunt for the original Hobbit that I read in middle school. Basically, that yellow eagle, that's what I wanted, because it reminds me of the exact edition that I read in high school. And you can see on the back, it's got the yellow. Well, it's even got the permabound on the back. There it is. I finally got this. Now, I shared this with the folks over in Discord. This has been used. In fact, Kearsarge Regional High School, Kearsarge, North Sutton, New Hampshire. This actually came from, and Bonobo Juice. Welcome, sir. Welcome. This came from, this was shipped from Rhode Island. But this is as close as I'm going to get. I'm basically, this is the holy grail for me. I mean, unless it was in perfect, completely pristine condition, I've I've got it. I got the thing. I found the thing. Again, look at the difference. It's almost exactly like the one in the picture. Like almost exact. So, I'm very very pleased that I got my Hobbit. So this is almost exactly what I read in 7th grade in Miss Mancuso's English class. I believe her name was Miss Mancuso. It's been a while. That's been, let's see, what was that? 88, 89, 88, 89. Let's say 89. So that's 33 years ago, 40 years, 34 years ago. Yeah. This is almost exactly like the one that I read. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I'm able to have this and stick it right there. That's where it's going. Very, very happy. So yeah, I was able to get it. It's popular here in the UK. I taught body combat and RPM. Been to the Les Mills Training Center. Is it Les Mills? Am I saying that right? Training Center, New Zealand a few times, not lived there. That's awesome. But I finally, look, I can't tell you how long it's taken to find that exact, a yellow, hardbound, it's basically a paperback, transformed into a hardback. It's extremely hard to find. And especially trying to find one of that exact printing, or that exact cover. So I finally got it. It's pretty sweet. He's going to do a tribute on it on OnlyFans. No. Born and raised in New Hampshire, never heard of North Sutton. Fake rubber stamps. Yeah. What if Tolkien autographed the book? Okay. I've said this before, but I'll say it again because I don't mind saying it. It's not that big of a deal. That kind of thing would be awesome to view for me. I don't want to own something that important. I don't want to own stuff that's that expensive. There's something about there comes a point where you start to, you don't just own something. You're the steward of history. And I don't want that kind of, no. I don't want that kind of, it's almost like I would have anxiety having that. You know what I mean? In the 90s, how did you envision the Lord of the Rings world? In the 90s, I mean, I just knew it was big. I didn't know how big it was going to be. And then, of course, when you start reading the rest of the legendarium, it's nuts. It's huge. So beyond what I expected. But to me, it was 80s style art from Middle Earth in my mind. I mean, yeah, for sure. There's, it's in there. My complete Tolkien is in there. Yeah, I mean, it's very 80s styled looking artwork, which is what I love about the Alan Lee stuff, is that it's just so far beyond. I mean, it looks like the movies, it's that style is, I really like it. The Yellow Hobbit was Rob's White Whale. I mean, pretty close. I mean, I can't really think of anything from The Hobbit that I really need now. The only thing that would be pitch perfect is if I could have the whole set like that. But I've honestly never seen the other three. Now, I will also say that I hadn't spent a whole lot of time looking for them either. I mean, I think I showed off some other ones that I'd gotten. But like, oops. Set that there. So like there's this one, right? And then this one, which is like literally it almost looks brand new. You can see where the library sticker was, but this looks so good on the inside. I mean, it looks really, really nice. So that's nice. But then there's also this one, which was kind of close, but they literally just they hard bound it. They ripped off the cover of the paperback and then just basically put it on the front. So it doesn't look as good to me as that one, where it's almost like they printed it. But see, that's the other thing about this edition. Look at how dark that artwork is. In fact, it looks a lot better there. But then look at how vivid the artwork is on the original. It looks so much better. But that's what you're talking about, right? That sort of 80s look to the artwork. Here, look at them. Look at them side by side, why don't you? Here, let's do that. You can kind of see how dark this one is compared to this one. But look, I'm happy, man. And I've got multiple. I like them. I just like them. I don't know what to tell you. I showed off. I've got a couple of other books that I really, really liked from high school, and I got them in that style, that hardback, because I like it. What can I say? 88, 89, when you were fighting the Upside Down with your gang to save the world. Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't. I didn't fight in the Upside Down. Manchester, Northwest. Watched heavy metal. It didn't age well. Too much nudity that didn't fit the majority of the story. I don't know what Tolkien looked like, but I imagine Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull. Well, here. That's what he looked like. That's him. That's the man. Nudity is a good thing. I don't mind nudity if it makes sense for the story, and that is number one why Game of Thrones was. Man, there were times where it was just gratuitous. There was nothing. There was no point. There was no point in it. To me, nudity is just like a special effects scene. A special effects scene without any consequence, without any meaning, is just a special effects scene. It's when the special effects is there to help tell the story. That's when it's the best. And nudity can be used that way too. Nudity can be part of storytelling. But so few people see nudity that way, especially when it comes to a movie or TV show or whatever. It's part of this, it's just there to titillate, you know? Like, I'll give you a great example. I mean, this movie is, it's rough. It's a rough movie to get into. I'm just telling you. If you look it up, it's a rough movie. Don't say I didn't warn you. But it's called Irreversible. And I believe it's a French movie. But it's basically, the movie is told sort of backwards, where you're basically saying the end, and then you go all the way to the beginning of what happened. It is a rough movie to get through. It is not for the faint of heart. A brutal killing, a brutal RAPE. Yeah, it's rough. It's a rough movie. But the ending is, and this is basically the beginning of the story, is the ending, which is gut-wrenching. But you have two people who are lovers and post-sex are just naked and talking. And it's one of those movies where I'm like, this is one of those situations where the nudity doesn't even matter. It's just two people living their lives, and they're just sitting there having a discussion. And it was refreshing in a way, and it made me realize how much nudity is just poorly done in the US. Poorly done. But it's actually a very beautiful sequence there at the end. And then it's gut wrenching. It's like a punch to the gut. And it's, wow, what a movie. But that's one of those examples where the nudity actually made sense. It was part of the story. But there's a lot of people, especially in America, for whatever reason, we've got this puritanical view of what nudity is and all that kind of stuff. But on top of that, we've got this, because it's so taboo for some reason here, that nudity is like the worst thing that you can have in a movie. You know, you can have a guy's head blow up, and that's fine. But man, you show too much nudity, and whoa, this is crazy, right? I don't understand that thought process. But now it's like there's this voyeuristic view to a lot of nudity that's shown in US stuff, and I don't understand it. Does the sex and Basic Instinct tell a story? Yeah, but not well. I'll just say this. Paul Verhoeven is one of those people who, he's done a lot of movies like that, where there's a lot of nudity and almost to the point where you get tired of it, which is not the way I want to view nudity. I'm just like, Elizabeth Berkley, keep your freaking clothes on, please. I don't need to see your boobs anymore. I don't. I saw them. I got it. Just keep your clothes on. I don't understand this. He has a different viewpoint though. And his viewpoint is so different than mine that I don't connect on that level. So it becomes ridiculous. I wouldn't even call it exploitative. It's more just, okay, it's enough, you know? Looks like the greatest hits version of a video game. Oh, the cover? I have a Kiwi mate who's been up in Manchester since 2018. He loves it, really likes the Manx, and says the live music scene is aces. Did I ever read any of the Witcher novels? No, I didn't. I don't know. Just never did. Never did. Manchester's a good night out. If you've been, you have to muddle around a bit to find the good and bad, but always have a good bar with good music. Never would have thought J.R.R. looks like he should be showing James Bond his gadgets for the mission. I mean, yeah, he really does kind of look like that. He's cute. Did I ever see Snow White and the Huntsman? I did. Fine. It's not terrible. It's not great. I didn't really care for it. Especially like it was like a sequel? Really? You thought Irreversible was crap? I mean, I get that. I get that. It's an interesting movie though. And it's one of those where like, I'm glad I watched it. I'm really glad that I watched it. I'm glad that I never have to see it again. And there's sometimes those movies are there. People have serious diarrhea, then it goes back in time and shows them eating in an unlicensed food cart. Never watched it before, and I've heard about it. Should be called Irrewindable. The scenes in Berserk are rough. The movie trilogy isn't as rough as the manga. Yeah, I've heard that it's pretty rough, but I still kind of want to check it out. I don't know. You love all of Verhoeven's movies, including Showgirls. Wow. I hand the horny crown to Magnus. How long is your fan edit of Showgirls? The underrated version is good enough. Right now, I'm editing both Kill Bill movies to 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes? I'm sure you mean 2.5 hours, but no. The Kill Bill movies, I hate exploitation films. I feel like they almost glorify the stuff that happens. Yeah, I'm not a big fan either. But I get what you're saying, though. You mean 2 hours and 30 minutes. I know what you meant. I know. But I want to open this. Nope. Don't want to show that. That says, I'm a little worried because there's some damage to the box. I'm really interested. Look for Verhoeven movies. You are guaranteed boobs. What's not to like? I mean, look, I like a lot of his movies. But there's also other ones. Like, what's the one, the most recent one about the nuns? I'm curious. I'm curious about it, but I can almost guarantee you that it's not going to be that great. That's just for me. Are there any Verhoeven movies you think need an edit? It's interesting, Bucho, because almost every look. I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie. I think every single movie that Magnus has said, "Oh, I'm gonna edit this down." I'm like, why? Why? It's fantastic the way it is. And for me, the most enjoyment I've gotten out of some of those fan edits are movies that have problems, like serious problems. But anyway, the Nun movie, it's about a lesbian nun. Awesome. Okay, let's open this sucker up. Any guesses, by the way? Anybody can guess what this is? It's pretty thick, right? It's pretty thick. Any guesses? Please tell me you wouldn't cut the shower scene. You're talking about Starship Troopers, right? Good old Dina Meyer. It's a large hardcover of The Hobbit. It's a good guess. It's a very good guess. The shower scene in Starship Troopers is so awkward. Well, I think it's supposed to show the the way that soldiers in that military they just don't see it. They don't see nudity that way. It's a book, isn't it, Rob? I mean, these are good guesses. These are good guesses. Let's just open it. It's not a book. It's a box set of all of Michael Bay's Transformers films. No. They're basically desensitized to everything, even killing. Yes. It's a new shower head. It's not a shower head. I've got a really nice shower head, actually. I've got one of those that, you can pull down, and we had to get it. Here's the funny thing. We had to get it because I was in the hospital. I know this isn't like funny, but I was in the hospital for so long. 3 weeks, right? My legs atrophied. I could barely I could walk. I could get to walking, but I had trouble getting out of bed or getting up or whatever. And the whole thing was, no matter what shower it was going to be difficult for me to get in and out of the shower, right? So we bought one of those showers where I could sit. I had one of those chairs in the bathtub where I could sit. Did it one time. And I was like, this is too hard. So we really didn't need the flexible shower head. The thing was, it's so nice. I mean, it's pretty cheap. It was so nice that April got one for her shower too. Because this was always my shower, the one that's right behind this door. I mean, kind of behind this door. Anyway, no, it's not butt plugs. A boxing glove on a spring. I mean, good guess. But no. That's pretty cool. My unveiling. It is in pristine, perfect condition. Shawscope Volume 2. I just finished Volume 1 last week. And the whole thing was, I was going to wait until this came down on some more Doopy Karate movies. Hey, those Doopy Karate movies are fun. And I really like Gordon Liu. He's awesome. Yes, I have this and Volume 1. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just finished Volume 1 last week. Great stuff. A really nice hat and matching jumper. But yeah. Let's see, when I was a kid growing up, we didn't have a shower, just a hose hooked up to the faucet of the bathtub. And welcome, Leon. I know you're still here. I know, this is one of those where it's like, not everybody's going to be into these. But you've got the 36th Chamber of Shaolin, Return to the 36th Chamber, Disciples of the 36th Chamber, Mad Monkey Kung Fu, Five Super Fighters, Invincible Shaolin, The Kid with the Golden Arm, Magnificent Ruffians, The Tigers of Kwang Tung, My Young Auntie, Mercenaries from Hong Kong, and The Boxer's Omen. Oh, I'm sorry. Martial Arts of Shaolin and The Barefooted Kid. 14 movies, right? Shall we open? Dopey? No, I kind of like Doopy. Yeah, me too. Even though I love these movies. I love movies like this. In fact, I was going through, for a future review, I had to go find a Blu-ray. Shall we open? I like where your head's at. I had to go get a Blu-ray of a movie that I'm going to review, kind of, in a couple of days. The problem is, I had to dig through like all these boxes. And I found my DVD copy of the 36th Chamber of Shaolin. I'd owned it previously. But yeah, there you go. And of course, yeah, that slip comes off. And you've got that. And then you've got the movies and the book in here. So there he is, the man himself, Gordon Liu, who was Pai Mei in Kill Bill Volume 2. You know, the guy, you know? You know, that's him, Gordon Liu. Man, this is nice. It's just like, it's really a lot like the first one. Very cool. But, and I really like how they do this with the movies. I think you can see that, right? Yeah, kind of. With each. So yeah, very cool. Oop, crap. And this also comes with a bunch of like the soundtrack stuff too, right? Music from the 36th Chamber of Shaolin, Five Super Fighters, Invincible Shaolin, and The Kid with the Golden Arm. Oh, gosh, there's two CDs worth of music. Dropping in to say hi and leave a like, maybe back later. Ted, you do what you need to do. And thank you again, Ted. Basically, Ted, I'm going to thank you until the end of time for you introducing me to RRR. I mean, I know other people said too, but you were the first one that made me go, yes, I need to watch that. So you get credit. But yeah. And I'm going to keep this with it because I think that's cool. There you go. So that's what I'm getting. Or that's what I got. So I would say, look, here's the deal. This was on sale at Walmart, of all places, for almost exactly $100. Then I still had some money left from my Order 42 show, PayPal. And I was like, this is awesome. So there you go. There you go. I'm telling you, you got to check out Fat Samurai Guy sometime. He loves martial arts movies too. Okay. The British Beast. House of Traps and Five Element Ninjas are your favorite. Yeah, I really enjoyed off the first one. I really enjoyed Heroes of the East. I really liked that one. The ones that are almost like the Bruce Lee movie with basically the Kung Fu game. Game of Death. The idea of having each level of the temple or whatever was like a different martial arts master. Heroes of the East, the Chinese guy's trying to tell his Japanese wife that, hey, Chinese martial arts is better than Japanese martial arts. She gets mad, goes back to Japan, tells her master, and her master gets a whole bunch of masters and different schools of technique, martial arts techniques from Japan over to China, and the guy from China has to beat each and every one of them. And it's really kind of an interesting movie. I really liked it, even though I'm not sure that Chinese martial arts is that superior to Japanese martial arts in every aspect, but I still enjoyed the movie. It was fun. One of my sausage dogs is snoring, the other is licking my hand for some reason. As long as it's the hand, all is fine. You're not like selectively placing peanut butter in areas that, yeah. Shang Tsung. All the music sound like fun fact, all the music sounds like the Mortal Kombat 1995 soundtrack. Hope not. Will you be getting the Dead Space remake this month? I might actually get that at some point. I'm still trying to make my way through my game list. The problem is, yeah, I did the peanut butter. I did. I'm still trying to make my way through my game list. So basically, by the time I get to it, it'll probably be on sale. Yeah, those Shaw sets are £100 in the UK. Yeah. I got the first one for 90 here, and then this one was right at 100. And then when I realized that I had some money left over in my PayPal account, I'm like, even though that's money for things that I've, for earned or whatever, I just like, screw it, man. Let's buy it. It's on sale. Sounds like Fearless. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of movies based on that sort of, that, I guess, the tropes of, having to fight your way through a bunch of different masters or whatever. So, I wish to speak of Alone, my good sir. What do you mean, Ricky? You should watch Donnie Yen's Ip Man 1 through 4. I own 1 through 3. I've seen 1. I started watching 2 and never finished it. It's one of those things where I got sidetracked, never went back. Now I'm waiting for my wife to sit down and watch them with me because she wants to see them. She likes Donnie Yen a lot. I'm waiting for a price drop on Dead Space. I ain't paying $70 for any game. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. I'll tell you what though, if Breath of the Wild was 70, the new Breath of the Wild, the Tears of the Kingdom, if it's $70, I'll buy. No question. No problem. I will get $70 worth out of that game. Now, the problem is basically everything else will stop when that happens. So that's kind of a problem, but I'll probably be streaming a lot that week. Just saying. Are you mad that James Cameron will only do Avatar films for the rest of his life? I mean, you're probably, you're probably not wrong. In fact, I think I spoke about this last week, that he was talking about, he was sort of lamenting the movies that he was never going to make because of Avatar, because Avatar has taken up so much of his time and his energy. But the thing is the way that I look at it, I don't care if whatever director out there, I want those directors making something that they're passionate about. I don't want them, like somebody was asking on something, it was one of the John Campea things. Like, what if what if James Cameron was asked to do a Marvel movie? Would he want to do it? There's a lot of ifs there. Does it work with his schedule? Is it a story that he's passionate about? Is the money right? That's really what it comes down to. All those three things. If those three things, sure, absolutely. But the thing is, I want filmmakers making things that they're passionate about. And yeah. Because here's the thing. You get Peter Jackson is a great example of somebody who did Lord of the Rings, then he does King Kong. Not the most widely accepted movie, right? Not everybody likes that movie. And then kind of gets, I wouldn't say fooled into, but basically gets The Hobbit dropped on him. And you can see how that turned out. So I don't know, but that's also there were a lot of script problems with The Hobbit too. But I want filmmakers making what drives them, you know? That's what I care about. And if James Cameron wants to make movies about blue people the rest of his life, let him. I mean, the box office has shown that people are interested in those movies. You know? That's really it. And The Frighteners. Yeah. Leon loves The Frighteners. I watched it and was like, I can see why people like it. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I thought there was some tone issues in that movie. It's like it's acting like really, really kiddie, and then there's like sex jokes, and the violence was like at times kind of disturbing, and then it gets back to being really kind of goofy and almost childlike, and I'm like, this is. But then again, a lot of early Peter Jackson is like that, right? Which I've never seen, but that's what I've heard. So it's really, that's what it really kind of comes down to. Do you want your filmmakers happy? I do. Especially gifted directors. I want them doing what I think, or I want them doing what they think is the best thing for them to be doing. You know, Martin Scorsese went and made Hugo. Not his most widely accepted movie. There's a lot of people that are like, Hugo's not great. But you know what? That scratched an itch for Martin Scorsese, and I'm glad he made that movie. Even though it's not my favorite, you know, not even close to my favorite of his filmography. There's a ton of directors like that. So yeah, I want him making whatever he's. And by the way, I found out, or I was looking at, I think I talked about this last week, that I found out that Strange Days is now available in the US on HBO Max. So I watched the first 45 minutes of it. That movie is, I love that movie. I wonder how many of you have actually seen it. But a couple of things that are kind of messed up. Number one, it's not in 4K, kind of a bummer. Number two, they've cropped the movie from scope, right? 2.35 to 1 to like 1.78 to 1. And I'm like, what? What movie I just got back in? Strange Days. So basically, it's a Catherine Bigelow movie. It's what she made after Point Break. Directed by Catherine Bigelow with a story idea by James Cameron. And there are a lot of people that they've completely written off that movie. I think there's two reasons. Number one, it's very political in a lot of ways. There are racial tensions, things like that. There is a scene of a POV, very graphic. And on top of that, well, I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of reasons why that movie hasn't really seen much of the light of day. But it's also Lightstorm Entertainment, which is True Lies, The Abyss, all of these movies that we've been, where's the 4K? Where's the 4K? Strange Days is in there with it. But yeah, I really enjoy that movie. I think it's a really, really well done movie. And I think they invented some techniques that at the time were extremely, like, holy crap. Some camera rigs and things like that were just amazing at the time. The point of view shots in that movie are ridiculously good. Like, they're really, really well done. Some of them are spookily well done. Like, that looks real in a weird way. But then at the same time, there's the biggest issue with the movie, other than what I'd already mentioned, is that, man, I'd say the last act is a little messy in that I don't think that you can just wave away all of this racial tension. And there's no way that there's no way that they would release. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the movie, but it's one of those things where it tarnishes it a little bit because it's so optimistic, and it's been proven over the last 10 years that when it comes to racial tensions, there's a lot of people aren't going to just change your minds. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the biggest problem with the movie. But I'm actually interested. If any of you guys want to go see that movie or want to go watch it, it's a good movie. I think it's a really, really good movie. A killer setup. Like, I think the technology and the world building in that movie is just freaking awesome. You've got Ray Fiennes. You've got okay, wait a minute. Ray Fiennes, Angela Bassett, and probably I'll say this. Angela Bassett was the first woman, the first black woman where I was like, I am like in love with her. She is amazing. And it's not because I'm anything other than, you know, I like what I like. But there was something about her in that movie she was so powerful and yet vulnerable, and her performance is unlike anything else in the movie. She is she's hot in that movie. I'm just saying it. Okay? She's hot in Strange Days. You got Juliette Lewis, who some people don't like, and I get that. You got Tom Sizemore. Some people don't like Tom Sizemore. I think Tom Sizemore's great. I mean, yeah, he had some issues. He had some problems, some personal problems. And then, on top of that, you got Michael freaking Wincott, who's one of my favorite character actors of all time. I love the guy's voice. I love his delivery. In fact, he's got a line in there that is just chef's kiss. Beautiful. Paranoia is just reality on a finer scale. Oh, awesome. But there's so many. Welcome, Oscar. I didn't say that. But I think this is one of those movies that it's severely underlooked. And of course, you know, you almost have to look at it as like an alternate reality because it was made in 1995, about the turn of the century. So New Year's Eve, 1999. And obviously things didn't work out or didn't happen that way. So they were looking at the future, but it's not the future. Now it's the past. And you look at it and you go, that's not what it was like. You almost have to look at it like an alternate reality, but it's so good. I love it. Strong women. Yeah, there's something about Angela Bassett in that movie. I'm telling you. It made me say, okay, Angela Bassett, from here on out, I will champion anything Angela Bassett does from here on out. That single performance was so good and so layered. I just love her in that movie. And it's a movie that barely anybody really have seen, you know? And I totally understand why you'd be turned off by some of by some of the things that go down in that movie. But I really, really enjoyed it. Yes, this tech is similar to the cyberpunk in-game VR tech where you live out a person's memory of an event, so their murder or sex. Exactly. Oscar, have a good one. And you know, hey, thanks for coming in and hanging out for a few minutes. But yeah, the thing is, it's Ray Fiennes, and he's so good. He's so good in that role. He's so believable and unlikable, like downright unlikable. But there's a heart there that you don't really get to see until toward the end. So it's, for a lot of people, they're so turned off by the guy that they don't give him that chance at the end, you know, when he starts to show his true colors and who he really is. I just love that movie. It's so deep, and it gets better on rewatches. The second time I watched it, I was just insanely amazed that the beginning of that movie is basically shot in point of view. I've explained this before, the way that the technology works, but it's basically like the FBI created it in place of a wire. So what it does is it records everything directly from the cerebral cortex. So you're smelling it, you're tasting it, you're living it, you're feeling it. All the adrenaline, the whatever is going on, you're in the middle of it. You're experiencing that person's life for that period of time. And it records on a small little mini disc player kind of looking thing. It looks like a mini disc. So it was there in place of a wire. And then it went black market, and people are basically selling experiences. So it's like what Ray Fiennes says to this guy at the beginning. He's like, see that guy with the hot Filipino girlfriend? Wouldn't you like to be that guy for 10 minutes? The right 10 minutes? You know? And all that kind of stuff. And then he's like, it's a weird thing. He's almost like a pimp. But he says, he in the way that he says, you just got to talk to me. You know, whatever you're thinking. Do you want to run into a store with a 357 in your hand and hold up a liquor store? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And it's like all this stuff. It's like the possibilities are crazy. And VR really kind of has taken, the current version of VR has really taken a lot of that stuff in a very similar direction. The only difference is you're just seeing it, you know. But the idea of you experiencing exactly what somebody else experienced is kind of awesome. And it's a killer technology, and it's the way that the story plays out. There's so many twists and turns, and I love it. I love that movie. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll stop talking about it. Okay, wait a minute. I gotta go way back. Would you consider James Cameron the king of movies? I mean, again, he's got currently he's got 3 movies on the top 10 all-time worldwide box office. He's the only director that can say that. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff. Oh, and they're re-releasing Titanic, by the way, in February 10th, I think, 4K and 3D. Very interesting. It's the first time that Titanic's been upconverted to 4K, and honestly, I kind of want to see it. Sales don't lie. I mean, look, here's the thing. Just because people go watch it doesn't mean it's the best movie ever. I will be the first person to agree with you. I mean, I see that the Transformers movies are way up on that list, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand how. Some of the Fast and Furious movies, I know there's people in this chat fans of those movies. I'm not a fan, but that doesn't mean box office is not the only thing here, right? But the ones that are the elite, you can probably say that those are probably pretty good movies. Now, you can even see on the list, you've got The Force Awakens up here at number 4. You know? Jurassic World. This is the recent Lion King. This isn't the cartoon. This is the live action remake. You got Furious 7. Top Gun Maverick is at number 12 right now, all time. Frozen 2, Avengers Age of Ultron, Black Panther, and then down below you've got Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. And then The Last Jedi is number 17. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Frozen. I mean, there's a lot of movies on here that you can say, some of those are better than others. But for the most part, there's some pretty damn good movies in that list. So, just saying. Piranha 2 was Cameron's finest work. Thank you, Leon. I wish we could replicate James Cameron's brain into an AI and program it to make a movie a year for all eternity. I mean, that would be kind of cool. King of action scenes and special effects, and then Leon quickly, nothing to do with the special effects. Stan Winston was his go-to legend. Yeah, visual effects. I would say yes, but I would say action, just stick with the action scenes. Probably safe there. Okay, wait. I'm way behind. Strange Days, the tech is... Oh, yeah, I did that. It was the last movie that made you cry. Did any of these movies make me cry? No. Oh, I know it. I actually know it. Rufus the Red, bro. I log in on Switch and you're live. So, what's up, Rufus? The last movie that made me cry, and I would say more than, I mean, cry, I don't know. But tear up, the last movie that I saw that made me tear up was Three Idiots. That movie made me to definitely tear up. Sorry about, I went too long on Strange Days. I love that movie, okay? But yeah, Three Idiots, the Indian film. I really, really enjoyed it. And there were parts of that movie that were incredibly moving. So sounds a little like that terrible Bruce Willis movie, Surrogates. Never saw it. I like movies about crime fighting turtles. The 3D will be crap, flat, and rubbish. You know, that's the thing is, you may be right, but the only difference is you got somebody like James Cameron who was, I think, basically helping with the 3D conversion of Titanic. I could be completely wrong. But I would think that if he has to put his stamp on everything, he would have had to look at it. It's probably pretty good. Just saying, it's probably pretty good. Clerks 3. What was first? I don't know. Because Clerks 3 definitely made me cry. Three Idiots? Nope, it was Clerks 3. Man. Holy crap, Phil. I like it. You actually know my viewing habits better than me. That's actually kind of scary. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. It's a little scary. But you're right. You're right. Wild, you're on my Game Boy. Yes. It's actually called Three Stooges, not Idiots. No, it's Three Idiots. The Indian film. Cameron has been married 5 times, but the divorce lawyers made a killing off of him. He's a genius in one way, but a fool in another. Well, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think all people, regardless of people, there's nobody's perfect, you know? I think everybody is. Do you remember? Here, let me see if I can bring it up. I've said this before. To me, people are like Transformers. And what I mean by that is that this is really not the best way to see it. But basically, you've got all of these different attributes of your life. And nobody's got a 10 on everything. Like, you can't be strong, intelligent, fast, and have endurance and rank. I don't know what rank. Courage, firepower, and skill. All of those things, you're all over the place, right? Like, a lot of times, if you're like super, super handsome, you may have detriments in many other ways. If you're really, really like beautiful woman, you might be like short on this, you know, this, you may not be good at this. My problem is I'm like mid, you know, mid on like everything. But yeah, that's the way I look at it. People are like Transformers. And yeah, and Cameron is married to the game. But I think yeah, he's got really, really good skills when it comes to the way that he visualizes things. I think he's great at that. But we've heard many, many times that some of the cast members, they can't stand him. You know, The Abyss, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, very famously got up and left the set. See, I'm done. Wraith, what's going on, Wraith? There's a lot of that. So I think it's a lot like that. There's nobody that's perfect, right? Like, I may be good at talking on stream. But guess what? I suck at playing games and streaming. Suck at it. Can't do it. I can't do it. I'm terrible at it. I'll sit there. I know that there were probably many times, and it's part of the reason why some of my gameplay videos got claimed, is because I literally just got stuck in it, like sucked into the game, and I'm not even talking. I'm just experiencing it. I can't do both. Which is going to be interesting when Tears of the Kingdom comes out, and I'm going to be streaming that. because, yeah. So anyway, people are like Transformers. Just remember that. Just remember the tech specs. It was always interesting to me. I was like, well, why can't somebody be really, really strong and really, really smart? They usually don't go together. The stronger you are, the dumber you are. Or maybe you're not strong, you're kind of smart, but then you're really, really good at this other skill. That's the way that Transformers has kind of taught me about human behavior. It's weird. You're definitely Soundwave, you son of a... Nah, no. It's all, I mean, I don't know. That's why Cameron has to only make movies that make massive dollars. He has gargantuan alimony bills. And that definitely is motivation, right? They have robot gods that Shia LaBeouf can see. Just like D&D stats. Yeah, I mean, D&D stats are the same way. Yeah. But I mean, for me, it was always Transformers. Transformers was the best example that I ever came up with. Was that people are like Transformers. You know? I mean, I don't know how, I mean, look, I'm not trying to make judgment calls on people. But it's usually the smarter someone is, they have problems. Like, I knew somebody that was, I mean, one of the smartest people I've ever met. Seriously, like, could learn anything quickly. But man, when it came to common sense, the guy was an idiot. Just complete idiot. But could do, like, amazing things. Handsome and muscular and have short patience for idiots. Well, see, there you go. Your patience, you would be low on patience. Wraith. The best at talking. I mean, I don't know if you're talking about you. My thing is, I just try to. What Transformer would Bucho be? Bumblebee? Starscream? I don't know. Ed Harris cried and had a mini breakdown filming The Abyss. Yeah. There's a lot of... James Cameron's not... He may be really, really good at filmmaking, but may suck at other things. In fact, I'll give you one. The dude can't give an interview without making everyone sound like he's below him. He's terrible at giving people information without making them sound like idiots. I mean, we've talked about some of the things that he said on this stream. And it's like, dude, just, you don't. Enough. The stream always reminds me I don't know shit about movies. I know a lot of dumb, crazy shit about movies. I do. I'm not going to lie. Melvor would know about Transformers. Oh, yeah, he would. Yeah. No wonder Leo never worked with him again. It would be really... I would love to see... I mean, seriously, if we're talking about dream kind of stuff, I would love to see James Cameron do a different science fiction movie. If Avatar wasn't in the picture. Again, if Avatar is what he wants to do, let the man do the thing. Just because, I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. Let's say I wanted to say, okay, I don't want to do stream anymore. I want to do this. I would hope that there would be people that would support me in that. Of course, they would miss out on this, but then they would get this other thing. You know, this other creative thing that I want to do, right? Hopefully, people go with me on that. But the thing is, as far as I'm concerned, James Cameron's doing what he needs to do. But if he didn't, I would love to see a science fiction movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Adam Driver and I don't know, whoever else. Brad Pitt. I don't know. I love Leo and I love those guys. All those guys are awesome. Cameron's people skills are a little crap. Yeah. Just bought Secret of Mana Seiken Densetsu. Sorry. 3. And the DBZ Game Boy video about $80. All stuff I've needed. And there's that journey to Europa again. Let Cameron make a new John Carter movie. He could probably do it well. See, and that's the thing. If he was passionate about it, hell yeah, that'd be awesome. Hell yeah. Would you let Cameron direct Game Chasers Part 2, but he treats everyone like crap? I mean, if he could guarantee, $100 million. I mean, let's not even talk about billions. $100 million box office. I mean, I could deal with him treating me like crap for a little while. Yes, but I don't know. Just popping in to say hi and hope you're doing well, Rob Squiggles. Good to see you, sir. And yes, I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well. I don't know. Did you guys? Okay, I'll finish. Adam Driver. I like his acting, but hate his movie role choices. Some of them, yes. Some of them. I'm really curious to see. There's some movies that I haven't seen yet. I still want to watch White Noise. I know you hated it, but I still kind of want to see it. I'm interested in what is the 65 going to be about? Is it going to be good? I don't know. Is there a transformer that can turn into a tugboat? Because that's my main skill, tugging. Bucho, everybody. I don't like Adam Driver's face. It throws me off. It did me too, but the guy's just so damn good. Like The Last Duel. Holy crap, man. He was so good in that. I really, really liked him in that. But he's also, and let me clarify. I liked his performance. He was a dick in that movie, but he was really good. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, his face is interesting. But I also, one of the other things is that I saw it was a TED Talk that he did talking about him working with the Marines and with acting and drama and stuff like that. And it was so good that it made me go, okay. I mean, I liked him as Kylo Ren, but now I'm a fan for life. I'm a fan for life because of what you're doing here. I think that's amazing and it's awesome. Adam Driver, all the way. Adam Driver's in the cast. I want to see it. It's just the truth. Yeah. The Last Duel, The Last Boar. Yeah. Could have hired me and I would have looked more like Harrison Ford than he did. I don't know, man. Some of the early, there were some side-by-sides that people did, and I was like, okay, I can kind of see it. I mean, I don't think he's like that handsome of a guy or whatever, but he sold me, man. He sold me all the way. Look, it's just like a lot of people that look at the prequels. They look at the prequels and they go, I don't like the prequels, right? But almost everybody, regardless, they agree that Ian McDiarmid and Ewan McGregor did fantastic in those. Well, for me, you look at the sequel trilogy, I think all of the actors were, like, all are good actors. Adam Driver is the only one that I like every scene that he's in. I mean, yeah, there are problems, but for the most part, it's not him. He's not the problem. He's always bringing it, and he's always awesome. And he does. He got that wide chest for sure. Yeah. He's the evolved version of the robot guy from Grandma's Boy. He looks like he's always punched in the nose before he starts his scenes. I just don't like him in Star Wars, and it soured me on him in other roles. Yeah, I can see that. But the thing is Adam Driver's so much better in other movies. I'm telling you, him in Marriage Story, I didn't know he was capable of doing that. It's the first time I'd seen him act in anything other than Star Wars, and it floored me. And then I saw Patterson. I saw, I saw The Dead Don't Die. That wasn't great. But he always brings it. And I think that's the thing. Grandma's Boy is a decent comedy, Rob. I would say it's worth a watch, but you'll never get around to it. Most likely. You never know. Maybe one day I'll see a movie of his that changes my mind. I mean, hopefully. I just think he's great. I just think he's one of those, he's a classy guy. I really like him. Yeah, I really dig him. Still haven't seen House of Gucci. It's on the show. Wait, did I buy that? I didn't buy the Blu-ray because it was only Blu-ray. There's no 4K. So I bought the movie digitally 4K. But yeah, I'm that's on the Ridley Scott review-a-thon. It's coming at some point. My most recent new movies I watched was Christmas Vacation and Risky Business. I am actually keeping track now of every movie that I watch. I've watched so far this year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 movies this year. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And by the way, I watched The Pale Blue Eye. Wasn't Adam Driver a Marine? Yes. Rebecca De Mornay? Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Didn't really care for Pale Blue Eye. There were things that I liked about it, but it was very heavy-handed. I'll just say that. There were parts that I really liked. But anyway. Yeah, Magnus, we were going to talk about that. That a sequel for Gladiator is coming, which is strange. But it's not in post-production. It's not filming until 2000. It's not filming till June, I think. But yeah. I only got a third through Pale Blue Eye. Yeah. It's very stretched out. There were things I liked about it, but there were also things that I'm like, don't know about that. Don't know about that. Yeah. I really was excited about it though, because Christian Bale is Christian Bale. You know, that guy can. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Christian Bale, Adam Driver, and Leonardo DiCaprio in a science fiction, like a really, really big. Yeah. Wait, everyone's accent in House of Gucci is ludicrous. Even Pacino, who has all that Italian blood. I still haven't seen it. So, but yeah, you're probably right. I write down every time I watch a movie in my rating. That's what I'm doing. I figured what we can do is like at the end of every month, I can go, hey, here's all the movies I watched. And you'll be able to tell really quick which ones I really liked because I review them. If I don't review them, yeah. Or it's something that I just don't think is going to, like, nobody cares. Like if I watch Strange Days again, I don't know if I can do a review on Strange Days, a movie that's 28 years old, which is insane to think. But yeah. Pacino and DiCaprio are goats. I mean, the problem with Pacino is that he got into that, I'm going to yell every time, and it's just like, okay, dude. Like there are parts in Heat that just don't make sense why you'd be yelling. Why? And then there was like, oh, well, he was, they cut out the scenes where he did coke a lot. And I'm like, okay, well, okay. But now knowing that, it kind of makes sense. But the thing is when watching the movie, I'm like, why is this guy yelling so much? And I love Al Pacino. So. Funniest is Jared Leto. Jared Leto's one of those actors that annoys me. Not because he's bad. It's because he's pretty good. Yeah. In a lot of movies, he's pretty good. But he's so damn up his own ass. Like, dude, chill. Chill. Because it seems like, and I hear in House of Gucci, he's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I usually use Letterboxd to keep track, but the ads have been ridiculous recently on the free version of the app. You're not wrong. Behind Blue Eyes of the Limp Bizkit song was on the soundtrack for Gothica. I don't watch movies as often as I'd like, so I keep track of the ones I watch and like, so I either don't watch them again or buy the Blu-ray. Terrifier 2 needs a review to warn everyone how rubbish it is. I just got my 4K of Christmas Vacation today. Good for you. That's a good movie. I'm a big Scarface fan. Yeah, Scarface is one of those where I saw it too late, and compared to most of his other filmography, I don't like his performance as much. I feel it's a little over the top, it's just like a little much. Just a little much. You love when Pacino yells? Yeah, and she's got a great ass. Yeah. I can't it's too much. It's too much. I like it when he was more subdued, and then when he would lose it, it was because it was like, oh, you know? Uh Heat is GTA the movie. I mean, yeah, in a way, kind of. Jared Leto's cult creeps me out. Yeah, the more I read about that, more I'm like, no more. Requiem for a Dream, Fight Club, Panic Room. He's really good in those. And honestly, he's really good in 2049. So there you go. Not Gary Welcome. Welcome. I saw it when I was 11, which was 24 years after the movie came out. Wait, which one? Saw what? I went. Oh, probably Scarface or Christmas Vacation. Not sure. I added the Heat down to 2 hours and 9 minutes. Don't agree. Anyway, it's Puro. We make 75 million on this deal. 75 million. Oh, is that Scarface? Yeah. Just look up Jared Leto cult on YouTube. I mean, on Google or your search engine of choice. And there's some interesting things like the island and all that. I don't know enough about it to talk about it. I just know that it was like, whoa. I just watched Christmas Vacation for the first time on Christmas. I grew up with Home Alone. Yeah, see, Home Alone came out at a time that I wasn't into the Christmas movies. So my Christmas movies were before that. Now when I watch Home Alone, I'm like, yeah, I mean I get it, but I don't have any connection to it because I didn't watch it when it was out. What did it come out? 93? I would have been 17. 17, you're not into things. Except your own penis. Just being honest. Being honest. He's in a series called We Crash with Anne Hathaway about the guy who made the WeWork business. Was decent in the perfect role for him as he was culty. My mother cried in Home Alone when a brick fell on that guy's head. Yeah, there's some. I like what was the thing about the a guy did like realistic special effect or like visual effects to show what would really happen if those guys got hurt in the movies, like, you know what I mean? And it was like, whoa, like stepping on the nail and all that stuff. Yeah. Joe Pesci suffered a severe injury in real life when his hat caught on fire in Home Alone. Interesting. Well, I can't believe we've done it. We've gotten to 9:00 and I haven't talked about any of the news things. I mean, except for the what do you call it? The Gladiator 2, where it's supposed to be Lucius, the kid, that's in the movie. It's about him as he's grown up. Do we need a okay, good night, Phil? What? I get it. If you're not into the news, I get it. But no, if you're like, do we need a Gladiator 2? Do we really need a Gladiator 2? I don't know. I don't think so. But hey, you never know. If it's a good script, it's what it really comes down to. And that's the thing. There are some movies that get announced that I go, I'm not interested. But you know what? I hope it's awesome. I hope it's awesome. I hope it's so awesome that I have to change my whole viewpoint on it. That's what I hope for. But yeah. Harry getting burned by a blowtorch would have killed him instantly. The hits in Home Alone are brutal. They should remake it with those Mortal Kombat 11 X-ray slow rate. Yeah. See, I think that would be great. My favorite Home Alone was the end of Skyfall. Leon, you just can't. I get it. Run it, Rob. Soon, Russell Crowe will be a zombie warrior in the film. I hope not. I'm excited for the new Last of Us show, but haven't played the game yet. I might play it this week before I watch. Yeah, it comes out Sunday. I'm gonna have to do 200-ish to get to Chrono Trigger. My brother has mine. Can't ask him to sell me it. Though if he does, it has to be to me. Gotcha. That was a tongue twister a little bit. We don't need a Gladiator 2 after watching Gladiator 1. I wasn't thinking I wanted a sequel. I know. I don't get it. But then again, I didn't think we'd ever get a sequel to Blade Runner. We got a sequel to Blade Runner. It was awesome. But then again, they came back and said, yay, let's start this thing. We're going to call it Jurassic World. And those were terrible. So who knows? Russell Crowe used to be so cool. He's gone the route that Bruce Willis did, unfortunately taking a lot of low budget gigs. I mean, a little bit, but so behind on the backlog. I know my backlog is dumb, and it's getting worse. It's going to get worse because I've written, over the last week and a half, I've written about 10 pages on the script. I'm trying to finish the script soon. The script I'm writing. Trying to finish it so I can present it to the boys and we can talk about it, figure out what works, what doesn't, and try to do another draft and all that kind of stuff. I want to get this thing moving. So yeah, I've been spending a lot of time on that. Once I finished Final Fantasy VII, it was like script. So don't like emulation. I like playing on the actual hardware. It's part of the experience and the nostalgia. Get it? Totally get it. Blade Runner TV show. Yes. Who knows? I don't know. I want to see naval battles in the Colosseum. They actually had those back in the day. And there you go, Rufus. There you go again. I know. I have it. It's on the list. It's on the list. If you guys need free help, I'm always available. Absolutely, Squiggles. I mean, and we all know that. We know that. But here's the thing. We got to get to a point where we can have some budget for something. And the thing is I'm working on something. Of course, we're also, Billy's working on something. But we're also working, kind of trying to get some things moving in the background. There's a lot going on, but yeah. We know. We know that you're available to help. Cyberpunk animated show is pretty decent. Just reminded myself, yeah, I need to play the game first. And I started playing the game and was like, okay, I got to go do this. And then I haven't been back to it because I've been busy. But hey, I have to use the restroom real quick and then we'll blast through the news. There's not much. There's not much. But I do want to talk about some of it. So, okay, I'll be right back. Be right back. No pooping, no fapping, none of that. None of that. None of that. Tell Billy I hate the top 5 Friday song. Really? Oh, it's Friday night. Sorry. Hey, I mean, I get it. But he also probably understands that, yeah. It's supposed to be cheesy. I enjoyed the Cyberpunk show quite a bit, at least enough to binge it in one go. Okay. The Castlevania was good. Gosh, y'all were just chatting away. I love all Cyberpunk. Still not finished the game. Edge Runners, yes. Played the living crap out of the game. I wasn't as good as I was hoping for, but I got my money out of it. Send me a decent link to get emulators on my Steam Deck. I still don't use it. Yeah, Ricky, help him out. And his Oculus Quest too. Yes. Jump in the Discord. I've only beaten Cyberpunk 4 times, but I'm still going through with a few characters I have. Pooping and fapping. No, I can't even imagine. That seems really weird. Top 5 Friday song is one of the best, worst things in the world. And it's also like, I'm not lying, Rufus. I'm not lying. There's none of that together. No. Oh, it's Friday night. Come on, I mean, would you want Christmas Robotica as because that's a great song. Incredibly catchy, That song is catchy, I'm just saying. Billy keeps the top 5 Friday song because people hate it. Yeah. You hate all of Billy's music. A Star Fox show. Yes, that'd be great. And yeah, it's all very catchy, It's catchy and bad and awesome and bad, but good. I don't know. All right, let's get into some news. Let's see. What do I have first? Oh, I just wanted to give you an update. The LG TV is kind of annoying the crap out of me. Now, what it does is it has this thing called ASBL, Auto Static Brightness Limiter. And it's this thing that's built into OLED to try to protect it. And what it does is, or I guess one of the side effects of it, is that in very, very dark scenes, it gets too dark because it thinks that there's a logo somewhere. And then when it goes to a bright scene, it artificially brightens up again. So it's artificially darkening scenes that don't need to be darker and then changing the brightness automatically, right? The only way to turn this off is to buy a service remote and go into basically the almost like the developer menu of the TV, which voids your warranty. What the hell is that? Why? Why is that even a thing? I don't understand it. It's kind of irritating. So this is one of those things that I'm trying to figure out. Trying to see if there's a weird thing that I can change that will stop it from doing that. Because it happened in the Banshees of Inisherim. It happened in that. And it just, this is Dolby Vision. It shouldn't be artificially doing anything when I'm watching a movie. But there you go. Yeah. Huey Lewis in the news. Vim's Lair. I don't know what y'all are talking about. I think y'all are talking about like stuff. They play Billy's music in Guantanamo Bay to get them to confess. I have multiple different character builds and different choices, but I don't know. I just love playing the game. That Star Fox Zero short film was a fun little watch. Surprised Nintendo didn't bring Captain N out of retirement and put Super Nintendo characters in like Star Fox. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, why hadn't that happened? And why did all my stuff change? Okay. Okay. All my stuff got messed up. I hate that. Freaking ads, man. Freaking ads. Okay. We talked about Avatar. Here's one of the first things. I thought it was kind of interesting. Don't know if anybody cares. Ki Hai Kwan says that if short round Indiana Jones spinoff would be incredible. If Disney and Lucasfilm want to do it, then I'm there. Interesting. I mean, look, I get it. You know, that some people probably don't care about short round. I was reading this thing about Temple of Doom on Reddit, and they were saying that Temple of Doom is absolutely the worst one, even over the Crystal Skull. And it's mostly because of Kate Capshaw. They hate Willie. And then a lot of people were like, yeah, I hate Willie and Short Round. And I'm like, what? People hate Short Round? I love Short Round. Always did. But anyway, I just think it's an interesting thing. Yeah, he's not short anymore. Well, yeah, but he could still be a thing. I don't see Indiana Jones spinoffs going well. I could be wrong though. And that's the thing. It really all that's the thing that people need to think about when they think about, you know, sequels, remakes, reboots, anything. As far as I'm concerned, tall, long. Yeah. Okie dokie, Dr. Jones, 9 episodes of that. Just 30 minutes of. No, I don't know, man. It's all about the script, though. It doesn't matter if it's a sequel or a remake, a reboot, a prequel, whatever. It doesn't matter. If the script is good, it can be good. Shia LaBeouf still canon in the Indiana Jones universe. I mean, there's a lot of things. A lot of things wrong with Crystal Skull, but, you know. I thought Shia LaBeouf was fine all the way up until the Tarzan scene. But, hey, there you go. Look, it's all about the script. And that's the most important thing. If the script is bad, then the movie's going to be bad. Sometimes a bad script is, well, it's always a bad script. That's why it's something that I've noticed, especially watching some of these old movies from, like, from the Shawscope, Volume 1. They didn't have scripts. And he said, hey, do the cool stuff. That's why some of those movies, they just feel like they end. Like, there's no ending? There's no wrap up. There's just, okay, this happened, and thank you, the end. And I'm like, what? No script. You can't make a good movie from a bad script. I just don't think it's possible. There you go about the Michael Bay's Turtles. But anyway, now this next one, I don't know if anybody likes this guy, likes Francis Ford Coppola like I do. I like a lot of his earlier movies. I think Bram Stoker's Dracula is still amazing just for all the practical work that was done in that movie. There's a lot of problems with that movie. Trust me. I'm not saying it's the best movie ever. But I've always liked Francis Ford Coppola. So the fact that he's going to do a movie with his own money, which is, they say, is always a mistake, right? That's how they did it in Hong Kong. No script. Yep. Thought he was retired. I think he was retired, but he came out of retirement to do this movie. So apparently, this movie, Megalopolis, again, financed by Francis Ford Coppola himself, he fired the entire visual effects crew back in December. What? Another major blow is the exit of production designer Beth Mickle and supervising art director David Scott. And a source said that between firings and resignations, the film has no art department. That's a problem. The movie Megalopolis centers on an architect who seeks to rebuild New York City as a utopia after a disaster. It stars, listen to this cast though. This is Adam Driver, Natalie Emanuel, Forrest Whitaker, Lawrence Fishburne, John Voight, Talia Shire, Shia LaBeouf, Jason Schwartzman, and Dustin Hoffman. That is a hell of a cast. Now, of course, you got Talia Shire and Jason Schwartzman being related to the Coppolas, right? Talia Shire is Francis Ford Coppola's sister, right? Jason Schwartzman is, I think, his nephew, I think. But there you go. Now, this is what Coppola said after this report came out. He said, "I've never worked on a film where I was so happy with the cast. I'm so happy with the look and that we are so on schedule. These reports never say who these sources are. To them, I say, haha, just wait and see, because this is a beautiful film, and primarily so because the cast is so great. I've never enjoyed working with a cast who are so hardworking and so willing to go search for the unconventional, to come upon hidden solutions. It is a thrill to work with these actors, and the photography is everything I could hope for. The dailies are great, so if we're on schedule and I love the actors and the look is great, I don't know what anyone's talking about here." The elimination of the visual effects department was basically about managing costs. That's what he says. At the end of the day, Megalopolis will speak for itself. We'll finish the spring 2023. We're totally on schedule, which is hard to do on a big picture. I don't know how many films can say that eight weeks in, but we are, and that's a fact. So who knows? Who knows? And yeah, Leon, that's what I thought too. I thought there was some issues, but there's definitely issues with, the fact that he's paying for it himself, right? So there's probably going to be people that are like, no, we can't do it for that. But at the same time, if he says everything's going well, it's like, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. So yeah. They asked which actors they wanted, and the answer was yes. That's a crazy cast. I haven't seen Talia Shire since Rocky V. It's been a while. And Forrest Whitaker, there's three versions of the truth. His, the fired crew, and the truth. Probably. Lawrence Fishburne in Predators was underrated. I don't think I ever saw... Oh, wait, no, I saw it. I just don't remember it. And this one came out today. I just wanted to bring it up in case people were interested. There's a Dungeons and Dragons live action. There's Angela Bassett over there on the left. I'm a fan of Angela Bassett. Anyway, Paramount Plus has given an 8-episode straight-to-series order to an adaptation of Hasbro's wildly popular Dungeons & Dragons fantasy role-playing game franchise. Red Notice filmmaker Marshall Thurber wrote the pilot script and is set to direct the first episode of the series, which will be a co-production between E1 and Paramount Pictures. So not only are we getting a movie, but we're now getting a series as well on Paramount Plus. The thing that bothered me about this, it's almost like a press release, right? The thing that kind of bothered me about it was them saying that Halo was a hit series for Paramount Plus. Was it? If it was, I just didn't hear anyone talking about it after that show premiered. They were like, yeah, I don't like it. And that was pretty much all I heard. So I don't know. I don't know if this is just like a press release or what. But it also bothers me that I hear there's a Halo series. There you go. Does it have a weigh-ins? Predators is, I love it, my second favorite in the franchise. What they have that dodgy looking D&D movie coming out this year. Yeah, it looks a little off. Just when I saw Michelle Rodriguez, I was like, okay, this is strange. I don't know. The movie could be great. Again, I'm hoping it's great. No one talked positive about Halo series. Yeah, it's not good. I watched one episode and was like, yeah, it's not for me. Hope it's not as bad as Rings of Power, Willow, and Witcher Blood Origins. What's funny is I heard people talking about this last episode of Willow, or the last 2 episodes, were like really, really good. I don't know. I don't know if I care enough to watch any more of it. So there's that. They show his face and ass. Do we need that? I don't know. It's as finished and polished as Halo Infinite. Yeah. I subscribed to Paramount Plus to watch Halo, regretted it, and questioned my life choices, and unsubscribed. I liked Blood Origin. Witcher Blood Origins is getting destroyed. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I heard it was not good. D&D movie had a weigh-in, so that question was funnier than you acted. Oh. Wait. The original one? Aster Chief. Ah? I could have done without seeing Master Chief's cheeks, face, or butt. Hey. Yeah, it bothers me that, like, Red Notice I heard was terrible. Just awful. And yet, that's the guy running this. But hey, who knows? I could be completely wrong. Completely wrong. They should have an Ewok show and the antagonist should be Salacious Crumb. Salacious Crumb is dead, isn't he? Didn't he blow up on Jabba's sail barge? It could be a Kowakian monkey lizard or whatever. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Just not Salacious Crumb, because he should be dead. I don't see how he got off of that in time. Marlon Wayans played Snails. Halo was some other sci-fi series that they slapped the Halo name on. I mean, I'm just guessing. We see him on the ship. The droids fall off. Luke and Leia swing to the thing, and as they're leaving, it blows up. I just assumed he was dead. I don't know. Red versus blue. I want a Jade Empire movie or series. I hear that that's isn't that a book series? I hear that that's really good. If Boba can make it, so can the Crumb. I mean, you're not wrong. If there's a reason to bring back Salacious B. Crumb, they'll figure out a way. I tried to watch Red Notice. Think I made it about 20 minutes in before it bailed on it. That's what I heard. And I was just like, no. Oh, Jade Empire, the game. Okay. I think there's a Jade Empire series. A book series that's sort of recent. That's supposed to be really, really good. Salacious B. Crumb. Yeah. Let's see. That's him. Salacious B. Crumb, a Kowakian monkey lizard who worked as a jester in the court of the crime lord Jabba Desijik Tour? Didn't know Jabba had a full name. During the Galactic Civil War, known for his shrill laughter, Crumb kept his master amused until his death during the rescue of Han Solo by members of the Alliance to restore the Republic. Until his death. Oh, wait. I wonder if that's reading. That could mean Jabba's death, right? I don't know. No, it says died. There you go. It says died. Get out of here, ads. Jeez, why? Seriously, it makes me not want to use the internet with all the ads. It's crazy. B is for bastard. Somehow Crumb returned. What if, yeah, you find out that the sequels are all because of Salacious B. Crumb? A Dynasty Warriors movie? I don't know what the B stands for. Have I watched the new National Treasure series? It is laughable. No. I heard it wasn't that great, and I'm like, I got other things to do. I'm really just trying to focus on the things that I'm going to be interested in, and letting everything else just wash away until somebody says, "Hey, you really should watch that. You really should watch that." Yeah. Ad block plus. No. I don't want to block all ads. I just people should do that crap. That doesn't make for a good viewing experience. I just won't go to the website. Period. It's why I don't surf the web a whole lot. I no. Looks like a puppet out of Labyrinth. He really does. Well, I mean, he should. I mean, kind of. But yeah, I love Salacious B. Crumb. I've always loved him. When I saw National Treasure didn't have Nick Cage in it, I was like, no, I don't think I will. That's how I was. Darth Crumble. I have a bunch to do tonight. Glad I caught you, Rob. Love you, man. Hey, Rufus. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And happy that you guys are hanging out and having a good time. All that kind of stuff. Love it. It's why I love streaming. Because I can do a video and I just hope that somebody likes it. Here, I can see that you guys are here and you're chatting and all that stuff. You need Firefox and Pi-hole. It makes life way better. Maybe. Rock on, Rufus. I watched some of your GTA stream, by the way. Fun times. That's awesome, Bucho. Awesome. There's a Dynasty Warriors movie. Oh, that National Treasure show is so boring and these young actors are awful. Is Max Rebo alive then? I don't think so. I think everyone died on the sail barge. Everyone died. Just like everyone on the damn Death Star. I'll buy a Lego Crumb if they have it. They have it. Edge with ad blocker. No, thank you. I'm on Mac. But Rufus, if you are leaving, have a good one, man. I don't know if you're leaving or not. Are you leaving? Dope stream. I don't know about dope. I mean, we're just sitting here chilling. I think this is one of those streams where there are times when I'm like, I really want to kind of cut it up and put it on YouTube, you know, different videos. But man, I don't even know how to cut it up. This is like the ADHD stream. You know what I mean? A Lego Star Wars mystery series of them. Mass murder to save Han Solo. I mean, it really kind of is. You think I should chop it up? I just don't know. I'd have to. What I'd have to do is I'd have to stay. If I'm going to talk about a thing, I'd have to stay super hyper focused on that thing. And then, okay, we're done talking about that thing, and then I can go back to chat. Because my problem is in the middle of stuff, I'm always looking at chat, seeing what you guys are saying. And that's the hardest part, is I'd have to change the way that I do the stream, and I don't know if it would make it, I don't know if, because that's honestly what Campia does. But I just don't know if my show works that way. I don't know. I mean, technically, I would be doubling and sometimes tripling. I would say doubling the amount of eyes that would see it. Because there's some people that just don't want to watch live streams. But I don't know. A lot of stormtroopers were just doing their 9 to 5. Pretty messed up when you think about it. It's that clerks talk. You know? Yeah, what is with the heat in Texas? It's up to 80 degrees today, and it's going to be 80 tomorrow. It's January. Go home whether you're drunk. I don't know. I'll leave the stream run, but I need to chin. Clean. Gotcha. You do your thing, man. Again, you hang out for 5 minutes, you hang out for 5 hours. Well, we don't usually do 5-hour streams, but you hang out as much as you want, man. And we're always here. You know, if you miss it and you're like, damn, I want to watch that again. Or I missed that. Watch the replay. It's there. Chill out. It's all good. I think Crumb comes the job is set. You should make a video on your awesome collection. Yeah. Actually, I haven't. Okay, here's a question. Seriously, like a serious question that I've been thinking about for weeks now. So, this wall that you can't see, Nightbot's sitting here, but this wall, there's nothing on it except for one of April's paintings. Okay. What I want to do is I want to get a big, like not an IKEA shelf, but a shelf all for my DVDs and Blu-rays. Now, here's what I was thinking. They're all boxed up, every single one. And so what I was thinking was, I mean, except for those, right? What I was thinking was I could bring all the boxes in here and every day do here's another movie out of the box that's going on the shelf. And I could do shorts, you know, the shorts, right? Would you guys watch that? Would you guys like that? Do you think that sounds like a good idea? Or should I just say, okay, what you should do is just do an Instagram, you know? Do an Instagram, because I have an Instagram account I've never posted. That's a pretty cool idea. I love you, Rob. Your content is gold. Dude, seriously, Rufus, you're amazing. Do it, no nuts. I would smash the like and subscribe. Yes. Okay. So you guys like the idea. We watched you open Shawscope Redemption. That's true. That's true. But I just think it'd be kind of cool. Just a minute long, like maybe 3 a week. It would take me a long time to get through them all. But it'd be one of those things where I can do the shorts thing because YouTube keeps bugging me. The homepage keeps saying, "Oh, you should do shorts. You should try shorts." And then I get emails. You know, have you tried shorts yet? And I'm like, I don't even know how shorts work. But I think that would be a really quick, like an introduction. Here's this empty shelf. And then every day I add a new movie to the shelf and I talk about it for a second. You know, I'm like, oh, look at this. This is this edition of, I have some crazy rare editions. Some of them like are so stupid. You know, like I can't believe I bought this, but I could put it on the shelf and kind of talk about it. I think it'd be cool. Matt's done some good shorts with his GameCube stuff. Would work with Blu-rays. Yeah, and aren't YouTube shorts all the rage these days? Sounds like those would be perfect shorts. You can monetize them now. Yeah. Shorts get next to no monetizing because no ads. True, but apparently the more shorts you do, it's all part of that algorithm. And if you're doing a lot of the things that YouTube goes, hey, you know, you should try this thing, you know? I don't know why I'm doing that voice. YouTube doesn't sound like that. But anyway, when you do those things, it sort of helps out your channel. And I want to, you know, if I can do some things to help grow the channel, there you go. Try shorts in the 80-degree weather. Also record making a Star Wars Lego set too. See, here's the problem with that. Building, I don't think would work because of the way that we build. We have bought those so that we can build them together. And she doesn't want to be on camera, like ever. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, how would I do that if this bag out of 20 bags or whatever, all I'm doing is picking out the pieces and handing them to her so she can build it. That's not interesting to watch. And you wouldn't be able to see what she's building because she doesn't want to be on camera. So it's like one of those things where I'm like, okay, the Legos thing or whatever. But I could do, hey, look at this, like this. Hey, look at this cool thing I got. And then I could do some of the things that you can't see, you know? But anyway. Shorts are like longs, but short. I mean, you're not wrong. YouTube is pushing shorts to compete with TikTok, of course. And I mean, and Instagram is doing it too. But I guess my problem was I don't want to alienate the people that like my regular videos. But then again, if you're not watching my regular videos and you'd rather watch short videos, then that's perfect. But I don't know. I've just been trying to figure out what I do. There was a channel that showed they had a few million views and got maybe $12. Yeah. The payout's not great. I'm new here. Nice Stormtrooper helmet. Derpy 500 first. I love the name. And yes. Yes. And there was a video. I can't even remember. Oh, it was the Fire in the Sky video that I decided that wrapping my entire office in aluminum foil was going to keep me from the aliens, whatever. And I wore that with the thing on my head. Yeah, no, it's just a regular Stormtrooper helmet. Now this is a clone 500 first right there that I pulled down for some reason. Oh, somebody asked, what's your favorite Stormtrooper design? And I said, well, this is definitely, and you can, I just noticed there's a spider web on it. Yeah. So, and it sits on the top of my shelf here. But yeah, that's my favorite total design. I mean, seriously, it's awesome. If your shorts are getting traction, I'm sure the channel itself will probably be suggested more. See, that's what I'm thinking, but man, I don't know how that crap works. And I didn't want to do something that was going to piss off people. Like, oh man, now he's doing shorts. But I don't know. I did my first short today. Basically, if you make a video 1 minute or under, it will ask you if you'd rather make it a short when you upload it. Just make sure your camera is vertical. Yeah. Yeah, I would record it with my phone. Faps don't count. I mean, a minute, that's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. Just saying. What's next? Okay, we talked about Paramount Plus. Did anybody see the Ant-Man and Quantumania trailer? Yesterday. Came out yesterday, 9:30 p.m. my time. Like almost exactly 24 hours ago. It did come out yesterday. It looks decent. I just wanted to talk about it, and I think the poster is kind of a neat poster. It looks decent. It looks like it could be really good. But Bucho has said something that when he first said it, I'm like, okay, Bucho's getting tired of Marvel. I'm starting to feel that fatigue with Marvel lately, where I'm kind of like, I'm kind of getting tired of it. And I didn't watch all the She-Hulk. I didn't watch the Thor movie. What else is there? I feel like I've missed something else. So I don't know. I never can see how doing shorts affects a channel's normal content. I wouldn't be aggravated. See, me personally, it doesn't aggravate me either. If I don't want to watch something, I'm not going to watch it. Period. Like there's been, there are certain channels that I will say, certain friends of ours, that I watch every single video, normal speed, like, I do the whole bit because I feel like they deserve it and I want to do my part. But at the same time, I get it. There's some people that you subscribe to that you don't watch everything they do. And you don't care about this and that. And then I've seen some people that say, oh, I took my shorts off of my regular channel and put them on its own channel. I'm like, then what's the point? How are you going to get people to click over to your regular channel then? You're really just running two channels at that point. I don't understand. So anyway. Most stuff this phase has been pretty crap. That's what I hear. So I feel what Bucho is saying about Marvel, me too. And that's what I'm feeling it too. That being said, everything I saw in this trailer was like, no, it's cool. Cool. Looks cool. So I don't know. It's weird there was no Marvel humor in that Ant-Man trailer, right? They're really taking it seriously. Thor: Love and Thunder was atrocious. Good if you want to nap though. I just nap. I've been tired of Marvel for years. Is Quantumania Phase 5? It is. It is. Yeah. So this is the beginning of Phase 5. So that's going to be, I mean, I got to say, I'm kind of interested to see what they do with it. So, yeah. Yeah. I watch every Sweet Elise video and Sierra Kai videos. I don't know what those are. I'll tell you, lately, if I've got a few minutes, 10 minutes, I'll watch a Beard Meets Food video. I've been watching, dude, I've watched every single video for the last 3 years. I've really enjoyed watching Beard Meets Food. Just like the guy. Jonathan Majors Kang is a pretty interesting character, and he's a decent actor. I think Jonathan Majors is awesome. Everything I've seen him in, he's been great. So yeah. Caleb said, yeah, I'm not interested in Marvel movies anymore. I'm barely interested in DC. The shakeup with DC has made me more interested, though, and a new DC animated movie comes out in 4K next month. Yeah, DC, I've always thought Marvel was doing a better job. No, I did not watch Lovecraft Country, but it's one of those where I kept hearing his name, and then I saw him in a few different things. I heard Lovecraft Country was really good. Yeah. But yeah, I've liked him in everything I've seen him in. So, yeah, I want to see it. And this Sunday, Sexy Woman Lingerie Try-On, the guy I work with is obsessed, told him to get laid. I feel like this is going to lead to Secret Wars and they will reboot the MCU, new Captain America, Iron Man, etc. I mean, see, I don't know enough about Marvel to know what happens. So all of it's kind of new to me, and they're introducing so many new things that it just kind of losing me. It's losing me. So we'll see. But speaking of, I don't know if you guys saw the whole, I mean, I'm sure you guys did. Everybody heard about Damar Hamlin getting hurt. Apparently he went back to Buffalo. He's home at Buffalo. He's doing really, really well. And then we've got Jeremy Renner, who was moved out of the ICU and is apparently, hopefully, on his way to recovery. But also, this Sunday is Mayor of Kingstown, the new season. I don't know if you guys saw the first season. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the first season of Mayor of Kingstown. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm probably going to be watching it. But there's also another thing coming out on Sunday, and that is The Last of Us. Now, I want to show you some of this. Because holy crap. 59 critic ratings, 97%. 97%. Apparently, these people got these reviewers got those are fake reviews just because it's Last of Us. That's not possible. The only people that can review are critics, and critics get sent the entire season. It's not fake, Ricky. I know you don't like Last of Us 2, but this show is getting some insane. Listen to what they say. Even if The Last of Us treads familiar ground, it's still a gripping and ambitious work that seems fated to become the premium cable network's next Twitter trending hit. This isn't just a breakthrough video game adaptation, it's a great show, period. There's a genuine humanity in the bond that forms between Joel and Ellie, which develops organically from one harrowing encounter to the next, while also creating strong showcases for the guest stars that pass through their orbits. Ricky, y'all, seriously, woke stuff? I don't know. I mean, we don't have to talk about it if you guys don't want to talk about it. But there's nothing woke about... I am... You know what? Ooh. I am so sick of hearing that word. And I'm honestly, there's a part of me, I'm tired of Star Wars. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. There are stories. There are stories for you, and there are stories for other people. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. If it doesn't work for you, don't watch it. It's that simple. I still don't understand how there are people still, to this day, years later, still doing videos on Star Wars. Jesus. Stop it. Just please find a hobby, find something else to bide your time. Holy crap, I'm so sick. I'm so tired of negativity. I'm so tired of it. And the thing is look, I'm not saying that you guys can't have an opinion. Okay? I'm not saying that at all. But man, when those words come out, it just reminds me how much of this world sucks. And what I'm trying to do is trying to do a show where people don't have to think about that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So please, do me a favor and just, I'm not saying you can't have an opinion. There's a lot of people that have way different opinions than I do, okay? There's parts of Last Jedi I think are fantastic. There's parts that suck. But you know what? If I say, I really like parts of Last Jedi, I don't need to hear every single thing that you hate about it. Oh, well, I think it's because Lucas blah, 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 and it's woke this and woke that. Fuck that. I'm so sick of that bullshit. There's so much negativity in the world that I'm just done. I don't understand how you can live. So many people live their life in nothing but negativity. They thrive on it. They do videos on it. And I'm so done. I'm so done with that shit. So yeah, I'm a positive guy, almost like in spite of all of it. And it's, wow. You know? The thing is it's like I can't talk about Star Wars anymore. Because I feel like I can't. I can't talk about the things that I like because somebody's going to tell me why they hate it. There are things that I like that I feel like I can't talk about because I feel like I'm just going to get nothing but negativity. I don't know. And Ricky, I know you're fine. You're absolutely fine. But I'm just telling you, that's one of those things that it's not woke. That shit, that story is not woke. I'm sorry. There's stories that are for people that don't necessarily fit your age group, your racial group, your sex, your whatever. If it's for somebody else, let people like what they like. There are people that love, I don't know about now, but there were people that love Twilight, right? Like freaking love that show or that movie and the books and all that. Let them like it. What's wrong? Who cares? Oh yeah, well I don't like it. If your first, here's the thing. If somebody brings something up and your first instinct is to blast it and to tell people why you hate it, you've got a negativity issue. And you need to think about that. You know what I'm saying? You need to really think about that. Because that's a problem. Because I think, I don't know, there's so many people that live with negativity their whole life. I was one of them. For so long, I was so negative about so many things. And I don't know. I feel like it just, something, as soon as I saw that in caps, it just set me off. And I'm sorry. But let them like what you like, you know? I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like totally go off. I'm just gonna watch because of Pedro. Yeah, Pedro Pascal, come on. I'm sorry. Seriously. I hope I didn't piss anybody off. I don't even remember what I said. I just went off in a rant. Sorry. Not asleep. Sorry. Bella Ramsey is a legend. I'm happy for her. She's a cool. Yeah, I've actually heard that that's one of the things that people really like about the show is that she is so damn good. Like she kills it. And I'm like, yeah. I'm with you if I hear get woke, go broke one more time. They're still doing Star Wars videos. Well, there are people that to this day, as soon as somebody posts something about something from the sequel trilogy, somebody has to shit all over their opinion on Reddit. I mean, the people that make those kinds of YouTube videos that I'm talking about, yeah, I don't pay attention to them. But I know they're still out there, you know? And there are, again, there are people that I've mentioned before, and I apologize for mentioning them. I shouldn't even mention them. But there are YouTube channels that thrive on that. They just thrive on the negativity. And life is too short, man. Trust me. You know, I almost died on the operating table a couple of times. Almost bled to death in my room. There are way bigger things to get worried and to get all shaken up about, you know? And there are way more things. There are way more things. It doesn't matter who you like to have sex with. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. None of that shit matters. We are so much more alike than we are different. And I hate that people continually are building barriers between you and other people. I hate it. And negativity is being applauded these days. You know? I hate it. I just can't stand it. Sorry. By now, woke is meaningless as PC. Yeah. Sorry. Clip this rant and make it short. If I could keep it under a minute, that might be a good idea. But unfortunately, that thought took longer than a minute to say. I'm just gonna say it. Don't care for doing. See, there you go. There you go. Man, okay. I must have. I'm sorry. I apologize if I pissed anybody off. I'm just trying to say, or just said something that was, I don't know. People aren't pissed about that really in Last of Us. They're just lashing out because they're upset about something else. Yeah. Okay, I'm reading some. There's there's a few couple of what do you call it? Spoilers. Rob went full negative to be positive. But it's you know what I'm saying? It's like there are those people. You know? And it's like I wish you could turn that all that energy into positive energy. You know? Yeah. Is it possible to love negativity? Absolutely. Absolutely. There are people that do nothing but bitch and moan on Twitter. And then there are people that do nothing but bitch and moan on YouTube. I mean, if you haven't seen them, trust me, you don't want to. Because all it does is bring down your day. I'm like, how do you not want to just... I thought you said mega titty. Yeah. Anybody into those? No. But yeah. Yeah. You couldn't do a short on your Strange Days review. It went on for 25 years. I know, dude. I just can't stop talking about some of that stuff. Culture Wars content gets dim clicks, but it shouldn't. I hate it. That's why I can't, when I'm making my little, I could do is, I don't know what movie, I could seriously just say lies in my titles. What's the name of the damn movie? Is the Banshees of Inisherin the most woke movie ever? No, it's not. No, it's not. I could literally just say that at the beginning of the video. No. But I hate that. I hate that clickbait is even a thing. I hate that people don't read more than the headline. I hate that almost everybody I worked with thought that I was killing myself by vaping. Almost every one of them. Because they wrote, "Oh, I heard that you get popcorn lung." That was in the headline. But then you read that their popcorn lung was invented because of people that worked 8 hours a day in a popcorn factory. And yeah, they breathed over a period of years, hours or whatever, they breathed in the popcorn, the butter, the fake butter or whatever, the diacetyl. And it made them whatever. Oh my God, diacetyl's an e-liquid. Everybody's going to get popcorn lung. No. The concentration that was in e-liquid was so minuscule. It's just, yeah, vaping causes stress. Yeah. But the thing is nobody takes the time to, there's so much stuff being thrown at us all the time. It's impossible for us to know what's real and what's not. Unless you're going to do research on everything. And as I said, we're all transformers. We can't know everything, and we can't be experts on everything. So there are things that go into your head and go, yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth because that guy said, or this number of people have said that that's the truth. But we don't know that that's the truth because we never looked into it. We don't know what it means. How about this? Secondhand smoke, not a thing. I know. People are like, what? No. You're full of shit. That's not. Guess what? Secondhand smoke, the reason that all of the data says that secondhand smoke is not really a thing. It's really not. It's not good, but it's not going to make you, it's the science that they used to pass those laws is so bad. The science is terrible. It's the same stuff where, guess what? They had to retract another thing the other day. Another report that said that vaping causes cancer. Guess what? They had to retract the entire thing because guess what? It doesn't. But anyway. Pre-owned smoke. Yeah, but it's just one of those things. There's a lot of things that for the longest time I've had in my head based on absolutely terrible science because most people that are passing these laws know that people are going to look into it. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's some friends I have on Facebook that always have statuses complain like, damn, are you ever happy? Yeah. Back to back mood killers. Yep. Next Batman villain, the Woker. Yeah, I don't know. Twitter is a bag of pee and crap and needs to go away. Yeah, it's just there's so much. There's so much BS and people don't think for themselves, and then on top of that, I think that all the negativity, because that's the thing that people see the most because it's got the most likes and the most views. So what are the people saying about a certain thing? They're seeing this big video that says, "Oh, Kathleen Kennedy's blah 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 blah." It's just like this one guy doesn't like something, and then he did a video on it, and it got a bunch of likes, and he goes, "Holy crap! If I do more videos like this, I'm going to get more likes. I'm going to get more views, which means more money on YouTube." So yeah, of course they're going to do it. I wonder how many of them are actually negative people. But then what happens is people take those negative viewpoints. Like, you know what the worst one is? Yeah, Luke tried to kill Kylo Ren. Did you watch the movie? Because no, he didn't. He lit the lightsaber and immediately felt guilt and remorse. But people just remember now that he tried to kill him. That was the point of view of the villain. That's what he saw. That's what he experienced. But that's not what happened. I mean, did you see the movie? Like, and see, there you go. Talking about Star Wars again. Don't like talking about Star Wars anymore because it just puts me in a bad mood. And I do this show because you guys make me happy. So, I mean, unless you use woke. I find it funny Billy's tagging Elon on Twitter asking if he wants to go game chasing with him. Love Billy's optimism. No, he's being silly. It ain't happening. It happened with the YouTuber I was watching a few years ago. Smash JT was a decent channel, but then it became a drama channel. Now I'm good. Take a chill puff. You know what? You're probably right. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Secondhand vape. Yeah, they said that, I mean, the one thing that, I mean, I'm not going to go into a big vape thing, but you know, the one that I loved was the one where they're like, okay, we hooked this suction thing up to cigarettes and to vapor, and there's cotton at the bottom, and the cotton on the cigarette side is all black and gross, and the one on the other side is like white, like snow white. Looks perfect. And I'm like, yeah. I feel the vape going through my speaker. It's going through the screen. Oh, with the fan on, it won't do that. Yeah, and I also found a really fun is that smoke or vape coming out of my PC? I'd get a McDonald's fries vape flavor. Ooh. Hi ho, hi ho. It's off the vape I go. I'll probably get claimed for that. Tired of getting claimed. Tired of getting claimed for stuff. In fact, I want to do freaking Have You Seen This Again? But I'm kind of scared too because I don't want to get claimed. Because that was terrible. Dude, that was so... it wasn't terrible. It was just a lot of time that I didn't want to spend on sitting there editing a video that I'd already done. That there's no reason that they would claim 4.5 hours worth of material for 41 seconds. That's insane to me. Anyway, I don't have anything else to talk about other than, hey, Last of Us is getting really, really good reviews, and I'm excited about it. Did the claim because the clip or the audio? I believe it was probably the audio, and then they looked at it and saw that it was the video, and then they claimed it. But it was probably some automated thing, and it's probably the audio. Just stream another 4 hours. No, I won't. There's a Velma series? Am I going to play Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core now? Not now. I'm streaming. No, I know what you mean. Eventually. It's on my list. I'll get to it. Don't need to. No. 24-hour stream. No. Have I seen any of the new Bad Batch yet? I did watch the first 2 episodes. In fact, I watched them at about 3 o'clock today because I realized, holy crap, I hadn't watched it yet. And April keeps dragging her feet. I gotta watch this thing. So I watched it. And yeah, it was fine. It's good. Not like, oh my God. Oh. It's I don't know, man. It's hard to get excited about. I mean, I'll still watch it. I'm not saying I won't, but it's hard to get like super excited about the, yeah, that's good. It's like a 7 out of 10, you know? It's hard to get like super excited about that. Is The Last of Us weekly drop or all episodes dropping? Pretty sure it's weekly. HBO has always done weekly. So, yeah. It's Indian lesbian Velma now. Yeah, HBO has always been, they've never been a drop the whole thing kind of thing. Which, again, the studies have shown that weekly releases get more talk and more buzz and that buzz can, if it's a good show, that buzz can grow over a period of time, and it can result in larger numbers over a period of time. That's what Andor did. Andor got better and better reviews, or better and better viewership over the series. I mean, almost every single one. House of the Dragon's the same way. It's dropping on Sky TV in the UK. Yeah, I mean, it's still going to only drop once a week, though. I wouldn't think that they would do that. Mindy Kaling. I think she's okay. It's 4 a.m. Rob. I'm going to bed. I'm a tired sausage. Well, Leon, I'm about to get off here too, because yeah, we've got things to do. And yeah, going to I said Jay let me borrow his dolly. I'm taking his dolly back tomorrow. So I'll see Jay tomorrow. I'll give him a little squeeze on the butt if you want me to. But you guys have a great night. Phil, yes. I'm sure, yeah, you're probably getting pretty tired too. But yeah, you guys, yeah, Tulsa King season 1 is over. I still haven't watched it. Yellowstone in 1923, both over for a while. I haven't watched any of Yellowstone season 5. Man. But yeah, look, all of y'all have a great night. We're going to, go ahead and call it. I apologize for the late rant. I don't know. There was probably some interesting stuff, some good stuff in there. I don't know. I might have just gone way off the... Can we raid Roof Dog? He is streaming. Roof Dog? Yeah, go say hi to Rufus. Absolutely, you guys. Go say hi to Rufus. The link is in chat. Carbonite, posted a couple times. Rufus is such a good guy. What a good dude. But yeah, go see Rufus. I mean, I don't think there's a way to raid on YouTube other than I can just say, hey, go there. But I mean, you have to click the button, you know? But yeah, y'all have a great week, and we will see you on the next one. Next week. Or something. Bye, guys. And sorry for the rant. It was crazy.